Yo, Twitch. Hey, I heard Ketchup. What's up? Thanks to the tier 140 months. That's amazing. 38-month streak. How did we miss 2 months? Crazy streak nonetheless. Man. Wild. Hey, Hatling, what's up, man? Both of my streamers are live for the new season pass. Wow, I gotta know who I gotta know who streamer number 2 is. Or wait, am I? Oh no, am I number 2? Oh no. Uh-oh. I think I'm number 2. Oh no. That's all right. We'll live. We'll live. So this game actually we're 70% of the way through pool 3. Thanks for giving deck ideas. Oh, no worries, man. Happy to help. Very happy to help. I realize it's been a little bit since I streamed Marvel Snap. I've really been kind of taking it easy this last week in the holiday spirit of the Christmas New Year's week. Haven't been doing a ton of stuff. Although I've been working on some behind the scenes stuff. Like for instance, I beat Dark Souls. I started a totally new Dark Souls run and beat it for the first time ever, which was pretty fun. I'm planning to make some videos about Dark Souls and other games and things, so I've been kind of working, I guess. Playing but working at the same time, you know, one of those sort of dealios. Which, that's cool. Which Dark Souls? Dark Souls. Dark Souls. That one. The Dark Souls. If you mean which version specifically, Dark Souls remastered on the PS5. Hey, it's 9 o'clock. How do we see the new thing? Do I need to just log out, I guess? I kept waiting all day for like Marvel Snap patch notes and like a video about the new season, but it didn't happen. Do those normally happen after the release of the content? I just can't remember that being the case, but I really wasn't sure. I don't know. Did the garbage checkpoint rewards work for Snap too? I never thought about it before. Maybe? I don't really want to do it while I'm still ranking up though. A new season begins. Yes. Zabu. Check it out. Yes. Savage Land, January 2023 season. Let's freaking go. Let me buy this real quick, guys. I don't know if this shows my like credit card info or anything, but let me go ahead and buy the premium Savage Land here real quick. Just make sure I don't accidentally reveal. Oh, this is on Steam. I normally buy this on mobile. Does that matter? I've never bought anything on Steam in Marvel Snap before. It just says loading forever. Maybe I should try to buy it on my phone? It just says loading. I know you guys can't see it, but it just says loading. Loading. It's almost like it's trying to pull up a Steam. I don't know. I'm gonna buy it on my phone. Let's buy it on the phone and then we'll come back in. Yeah, I thought there would be like a patch as well with balance changes. Maybe that'll just come later. I don't know. Who really knows? We'll do what we can. Savage Land. I see it on my phone. Here we go. Season pass. Get premium. $14.99. Give me the advanced premium. Ramen Rex. Thanks for the prime sub. Welcome, Ramen Rex. One tap buy. Verify purchase. And payment successful. Loading. Okay, I think we might be in now. Close it on the phone, open it on the PC, and we'll go 4-cost Cerebro deck. No, I hadn't thought about that. I mean, there aren't too many 4-cost things that all line up at the same power level, right? Since Cerebro's power, not cost. I did template out quite a few Zabu decks though. I have like literally 5 decks I built ahead of time to put Zabu in. One of them needs Shuri, and I'm 300 tokens away from buying Shuri. So I need to get 300 more tokens, and then we can buy Shuri. There's no new bundle yet. I'm at 5,700 out of 6,000, but we'll hopefully get Shuri as well. We're gonna have to spend some time buying stuff. Why is this always so slow? What the heck? Why doesn't Steam like it when you buy stuff? Hey, oh my god, so many subs. Zolkaiser with 45 months. Matt Tindo with 5 months. What is the deal with this, man? Even the free... I feel like I normally buy these with no problem. This seemed to work. Zabu! Your 4-cost cards cost 2 less. It's so insane. 100 credits. Zabu boosters. 100 golds. 200 credits. Zabu boosters. Mystery Bishop. Time displaced. Spider-Man. Why, yes, that is a loincloth. 100 credits. 100 gold. Okay. Let's try this again. Hey, Kip Packs. There we go. Now it's working. Hey, Matt Tindo, you guys are amazing. Thank you, everybody, for the freaking monster subs, by the way. Oh, you guys literally can't see anything. Oh, what an idiot. Oh, you guys can't see anything. I was just clicking through all those rewards, and you guys missed them all. Wow, genius streamer. It was mostly this loading screen for a long time. I don't know why it's being weird. Hey, Espresso Rat, thanks for the sub, and Wrath of Conrad, thanks for the 6 months, man. Amazing, everybody. So I claimed all this stuff. You guys missed it. I got a time displaced bishop you missed. Sorry, that's a whoopsie. Here's the 5 decks I built ahead of time for Zabu. Again, I was saying I need 300 tokens for Shuri, so let's just go ahead and upgrade some stuff real quick. See if we can't get those Shuri tokens, get that done and out of the way. Just upgrade the highest quality stuff here to make this as fast as possible. Looks like we got a Wolfsbane upgrade. There you go. Hey, Guy Prime, thanks for the 63 months. My God, everybody, subs are rolling in like crazy. We actually have a hype train at 9 p.m. at night. That is so rare. Thank you, though. You guys are the best. Strong Guy. It's like Guy Prime. Strong Guy Prime. All right. Just give me the Shuri in the box. Just save me some trouble, you know? Oh, there's the tokens we need, though. Okay. Cool. That's job done on the Shuri, I guess. Level 1 hype train early, man. Wild. It's been a while since I've had a hype train at all. The 9 p.m. at night hype train was not what I expected. 200 gold. Okay. Hood to infinite. Am I stream running choppy, guys, or am I crazy? You guys see the stream running a little choppy? Yes, you do. That's what I thought. Sorry, I messed up. I tried to make it less choppy. I think it's less choppy, but then I screwed up the positioning. Okay, I think it's good now. Sometimes I gotta reset the capture card. It does that. I don't know why. It's always weird. All right, what do we have left? 600. Let's go big again. Kind of hate doing collection maintenance stuff on stream, but it's all good. You guys don't mind, right? See me get new shiny stuff. Are you guys not getting capture card audio now? My God, what happened to my stream? Now you're getting audio. Okay, man, clunky start, man. Jeez. Think we're finally good to go. More tokens. Cool. Gonna need those later. We got 300 left, so I need an epic card to upgrade. Let's do rogue. That's fine. All right. Rogue, thank you. Welcome Rogue to the party. Give me that Shuri in this box. Solve all my problems. Nope, the credits. Okay, so we go again. Rogue to legendary. Cool. Close to another reserve. We'll get that later tonight, I guess. 3, we're currently only at 4 if I go for commons, which takes too long, so that's boring. We finished 2 levels of this somehow already. Cool. Got another level here. We're just burning through these clicks right now, man. APM God. Really dirty is the new infinite title. That is a weird infinite title. I don't know how I feel about that. Net has Marvel Snap been considered a successful launch? I would be hard to know what the expectations were, but I think you'd have to say yes. I mean, it's had like 10 million downloads. It's been very popular. I don't know if that means like it's making enough money or anything like that, but in the scheme of the universe, yes, for most game launches. By the way, they put out the developer update. I've been waiting all day for this. Quick peek at battle mode. Do you guys want to watch this real quick? I don't even have a headset. I gotta get a headset on. My God, this has gone so chaotically so far today. All right, developer update. Untamed beasts. Wild variants. A bunch of Alex Horley art, really. Will you survive? The Savage Land. Zabu. This is an intense
Hey everyone,
intense
it's Ben Burke
update.
from Second Dinner, and I'm here to give you a glimpse at what's coming up next this month for Marvel Snap. We're introducing a way to play against your friends, finally, via battle mode. But first, y'all know I'm a huge fan of big, deadly cats. And so, I'm really excited to introduce our new season, the Savage Land. Savage Land is our most dangerous season yet, and it features the big deadly cat himself, Zabu. Zabu is a 3/2, and his ability makes your 4-cost cards cost 2 less. So you can play 2 4-cost cards on turn 4 or 3 4-cost cards on turn 6. He
seems so insanely strong to me.
Cards like Jessica Jones, Rescue, or Drax, and we can't wait to see what crazy decks people will build with Zabu. The Savage Land is already a location in Marvel Snap, but we've got 5 new locations releasing this season, including Eternity Range, Plunder Castle, Collapsed Mine, Rickety Bridge, and the Altar of Death. Every season has awesome new variants, but these ones are my favorite ones yet. We have the legend of fantasy art himself. If you've exposed yourself to comic books, card games, or
I don't expose myself to comic books.
Over the last 20 years, you
I don't expose myself to anything.
He's created these 3 incredible variants.
No, thank you.
Czar, Storm, and Zabu. This season, we also have avatars, titles, and card backs to earn. And
He says it
we're
Khazar.
adding a
I always say
bunch of new
Khazar.
cards to series
No,
5.
I'm not gonna change. Too
Coming from
lazy.
the Savage Land directly, Sauron.
Ooh, new cards. These have already kind of been teased, but sometimes they get
Coming from the
changed.
Savage Land directly.
Let's see if they get
Sauron.
changed or not. No, that's exactly what we thought it was gonna be, I think.
Shanna.
That's exactly what we thought it was going to be from the teasers. Guys, these go really fast. Let's go back so you guys can see. If you guys haven't seen these teased yet. 3/3 on reveal, remove the abilities from all ongoing cards in your hand and deck. One of them is heavily changed. Who was changed? Oh, Shadow King, I've never even seen. Dazzler, if you have 4 cards at each location, plus 6 power. I think that's the same. Shadow King, on reveal, set all cards here to their original base power. Oh, interesting. Okay. That's kind of fun. Shadow King was changed. I don't remember seeing Shadow King. I want to do a card review of all these, though. How do we use Shadow King? So all cards are the original base power. So a debuff on your opponent's stuff if it's been buffed, of course. Anything that got big, like Shuri stuff, you could debuff it. So kind of like a Valkyrie, but maybe different. Silver Surfer stuff, yeah, exactly. Counter to post Silver Surfer. Is there any way you can use it offensively? Like Typhoid Mary and stuff's an ongoing, so that wouldn't really help you. It would... You could maybe do hazmat stuff, but that's symmetrical, so probably not really that useful. Yeah, I don't see a lot of ways. Yeah, I don't think Devil Dino would work because it would ongoing itself back. Ongoing effects overwrite these like Valkyrie style debuffs. I mean, I think anyway, if it works like it does Valkyrie, like if you Valkyrie a Devil Dino, it just gets big again, or a null or whatever. I assume this would work the same way. I think the wording's probably the same. Sauron's pretty cool. There's a lot of negative ongoing effects, so you could, you know, get your Red Skull to be just awesome and not have to worry about that sort of thing. And then Shauna, just good with like Kazar stuff, of course. Zabu, Kazar kind of trio. Dazzler, good for zoo decks, maybe a 4/10 for a zoo deck with a lot of units down. So 4 pretty cool cards. Anyway, let's move on.
Like Angela or the Silver Surfer. And with this season,
literally
Silver
gave examples
Surfer
in the
will
video.
now join those cards in the token shop. And now, coming to you live from the Savage Land, a special guest to show you our new game mode.
Battle mode.
We have a way for you to play a friend in Marvel Snap. Battle mode is the most competitive, high-skill way to play Marvel Snap. We also think Battle mode is the most fun way to play Marvel Snap. Battle mode sees 2 players play multiple games against each other with the same deck. You and another player will use a code in order to match up and play against each other. Each player starts with 10 health. The loser of each game will lose health equal to the value of the cube. So if you play a 4-cube game, the loser is going to walk away with 4 less health. This means you need to be very smart and strategic about when to snap the cube or when to cut your losses and retreat so you don't lose too much health. There are no ties in battle mode, just winners and losers. All of the mind games get taken up to a new level. Because you know what cards your opponent is going to be replaying over and over again, you can start to play around it and start to guess their strategies. In a friendly battle, your rank will not be affected. So this is a great place to try out that new deck or card that you just got. Marvel Snap has a bright, long future in front of it, and we can't wait to continue to bring new modes to our players, of which battle mode is the first. I can't wait to watch friends be able to battle each other. And even more than that, is watch competitions get set up, now that there's a tournament format that players can use. In a few
Galactus
days,
versus
we'll release
Squirrel
a blog
Girl.
post that walks through all of the rules of battle mode, and a little bit of the insight and history and the development of this new game mode. And I can't wait for you to experience the fun of battle mode once it goes live.
Cool. Thanks, Kent Eric. With battle mode and Savage Land, this is going to be the best month of Marvel Snap yet. 2022 was great, but 2023 is gonna be wild. Peace.
Peace. All right. That's fun. All right, so let's buy Shuri, number 1. I'm hoping that if I buy Shuri, I will still have the ability to buy the next new Series 5 card. I guess I'm only gonna have a week. Will I be able to Tremudius, you know this usually. If I fully spend all of my money every week, how many tokens do I get per week? What is my max tokens per week? I feel like you're gonna know the answer to this question. If anybody does. Or not even max, just average, minimum, whatever, you know. How many am I gonna get is the thing I need to know. Can I get 6,000 in a week? And is the next card coming out in a week, or is it coming out? Is Silver Surfer moving into that Series 5 slot? They teased 4 new cards, and we have. Yeah, I think I'll need it in a week. If you fully spend, it's like 5,000 to 7,000 depending on offered bundles. Okay, well, yeah, if there's good bundles with tokens, I can catch up more. But if there's not, 5,000 is not enough. I mean, Shuri's an amazing card. It's not like I'm gonna be suffering from a bad collection. It's just. Are the new tier 5 cards available right now? No, usually they come out one a week. One per week. Do I need the Shuri content now, or do I need the Sauron content later? I don't really need Shuri now. I have 4 other decks. Maybe we'll wait. Maybe we'll wait. So I put together some Zabu decks, guys. Mostly, you know, obviously with Zabu, you want 4-cost stuff. A lot of decks are already running a lot of 4-cost stuff. I don't know yet, because we haven't played any Zabu, of course, where the sort of sweet spot is going to be for how many 4-cost cards you're going to want in your list, right? Is it 4 4-cost cards? So anyway, a deck that was already running a handful of 4-cost cards that seemed like a good fit was the kind of good cards Devil Dinosaur add to hand package, because you got White Queen and Moon Girl, and those seemed pretty sick. Seemed pretty sick. Zabu plus Super Scroll for free cards. Well, Super Scroll doesn't copy your own cards; he copies your opponent's. If you assume a lot of people are going to be playing Zabu, then sure, it could work that way for a little while, yes. But also, they have a minimum of 1, so they're not going to be free. So you could get 1-cost cards. So anyway, this was a good list. Ran a lot of 4s. I added some extra stuff, so it's got a good mix of threat development with like Devil Dino, and Collector can get kind of big. White Queen's solid threat, right? But also reactivity with Shang-Chi and Enchantress. Absorbing Man can be a mix of stuff. And then I also built a. This deck's really weird. It just, I don't know. This is maybe a meme. I'm not sure, but it struck me that both Namor and Atuma are like, you know, 4-drops that that can each independently contest a location, especially if supported with other on reveal cards. So having Wong as an enabler as well. So having kind of a Wong lane and then a Namor and an Atuma lane next to it. Having like Gambit or Ironheart to support the Namor Atuma lanes. And then also a big Wong lane kind of made sense, like Zabu Wong in a lane, followed up by whatever two cards you want. So I don't know. Ocean Min seemed like a cool idea. That's probably a meme though. If I could, I'd move that to the end. This is just kind of a good cards Zabu, so control cards, a lot of the same stuff we see like Leech Leader list, etc. Again, there are just a bunch of good 4s that make sense in this world, so just toss all the good 4-cost cards in. And then this one I think makes a ton of sense, actually. This deck seems like a really natural fit. Is Darkhawk, really powerful 4-cost card. Rock Slide goes with him naturally. Again, just dump good 4-cost stuff. So I don't know, which one do you guys want me to play? Or is there something else you want to see that's even more interesting? There's some cool like Omega Red stuff you could do, try to make like a big Omega Red lane. There's like you know, Wong being cheap is pretty cool. I like the rocks. I like Ocean Man. Okay, let's do rocks first, because I think this will be the better deck. Ocean Man seems like a meme. So let's do rocks first, and then we'll decide. Oh, actually, I need a screenshot then. And this is a big Shuri deck too, by the way, but I don't have Shuri, so we'll have to decide if I want to get Shuri or not. See how desperate I get for videos, right? All right. Let's see here. Let me get a little deck list rolling, guys, and we'll be good to go. Zabu rocks. I do think this card feels insane. We don't yet know if he will be insane, but man, instincts sure tell you that's gonna be an insane card. I think. Dracula Wong Apocalypse deck could be good too. Yeah, that's the thing, right? There's like 17 different ways to build towards Zabu because there's so many good 4-cost cards. 4-cost, I think, is one of the strongest energy costs in Marvel Snap, and there's a few that are, you know, there's like good filler 4-cost cards. There's also a few good, almost not maybe build-arounds. I don't know if build-arounds is the right word, but definitely. Oh crap. Should be fine. You know, the substantial cards, if not quite build around level, at least still really good, I think. Zabu deck. Zabu rocks, and I gotta climb. Man, I hate having to climb. Ugh. Stressful every time. But Zabu rocks. Oh, and I can take my headset off now. I won't get to hear Zabu, but that's okay. Zabu is on reveal. I think Zabu's ongoing, right? So it updates over time. If it were on reveal, it would be a lot worse, probably, but. All right. Ooh, spicy big Jessica Jones. All right, already feeling some curve pressure with this deck. I don't know. Feels a little hefty at 4 right now. Not, I guess, too surprising, right? Clearly, if you're running a lot of 4s, you risk having a lot of 4s. It's a pretty obvious conclusion to make, isn't it? All right, Storm's actually really good for us for 3. We can Darkhawk the Storm, although without any rock cards in hand, perhaps Jessica Jones is just a safer bet to go behind the Storm in this case. It feels a bit like maybe this was going to be a Cerebro deck, but I'm wondering if the Wakandan Embassy might mess up their plans at all. Although, man, they just have so many good dudes. It doesn't really matter, does it?
Aid my hand.
They're still going to be sufficiently large here. Yeah, I mean, these are going to get so big off Cerebro. I don't think we have a good shot. You don't like Iceman as a card? Do you mean like from a power level standpoint, or from like a I hate my things costing more standpoint? That is actually good enough for the tie. Can I win another location enough? Like Darkhawk, let's see. Magneto has no disruption other than Cerebro. If I'd known the Cerebro, we could have Enchantressed it, but it's hidden away here, which is pretty smart from them, like denying me any counter options. Yeah, we don't have any way to add power right or steal power from right, do we? Oh boy. That we can silence off to pull the tie back, but I don't think we're ever gonna be Oh, never mind. No, we can't. Beautifully executed from the opponent, really. Just tucking away everything we might want to do and making it impossible for us to contest. Hiding behind an enchantress there and here. Beautifully done. We're just out of here.
Escaped.
Yeah, I don't know that Crystal is still going to be any good, even in a Zabu world, but it's definitely more of an option now than it was before. Yeah, I think I saw somebody's theory crafted list had a Crystal in there. Yeah. All right, this is a good opener for sure. Hitting some of our early games, so we're not completely walloped by 2-drops. Why can't you guys? Oh man, my screen's screwed up. I think I gotta go through and fix every single. Oh man, hold up a second, guys. Shoot, I didn't realize my screen. Let me see. Okay, that's still not right. What the heck did I do? Man, when I reset my capture card earlier, it changed all. Sorry guys, this is chaotic. Sorry, I'm gonna need a minute to sort this out. So I'm gonna end up switching between screens a bunch here after this game. Give me a minute. I'm gonna see if I can sort this out fairly quickly. But yeah, just give me a minute. We did give them a rock. Darkhawk's gonna be at 6 now, then go so 5 and then 4. So that's 9 power, which is actually still more than Jessica Jones if we want to contest this. We can do Sarah mid. Zabu mid would be cool, but maybe a little late. Although not really, right? We'd still be pretty happy to Zabu. Zabu Black Widow would be a good turn, I think. Enchantress, I mean, it has some power plays there and here on the Sarah, but I'd rather just get my own Sarah down. I have a 5 Magneto and a 1 Widow. Just not a very strong turn here, is it? Widow secures this lane, but how am I winning? Magneto also risks pulling a Namor, which is really risky. Is 2 4s next turn gonna be better? Very rarely. I mean, this is basically a Zabu mid, but what sequence of 4s is good enough? Because Jones doesn't actually scale here very well. Okay. I mean, are they also doing some kind of crazy Zabu shenanigan here? I don't know what this means. Onslaught, Sarah, Mojo, and Namor. It's like maybe it's got Spectrum stuff. I mean, what in God's name are they trying to pull here? I honestly, I don't really want to risk 4 cubes here, but I kind of do at the same time. Why not Onslaught mid? Why not Onslaught mid, guys? I just want to see what's gonna happen. We're gonna lose 4 cubes, and I want to see what's gonna happen. I'm just incredibly curious what's about to unfold. I don't know. I don't know. Mr. Fant, it's got to be Omega Red, maybe? No, just Spectrum. Okay. The Spectrum does beat me right, unfortunately. Does the Magneto pulling the Namor over matter here? It does, right? No, Mr. Fantastic with it is gonna be too much, isn't it? No, it's not. We're good. Yes. Magneto OP, Zabu just chilling in hand like always. Figured things out. So guys, give me a second. I gotta try to sort out my my overlay real quick. I reset the capture card and chaos unfolded. So I'm gonna be bouncing between screens. I won't be able to talk on most of them, so you're gonna see some weird stuff. And then hopefully I'll be back and it'll work. But just give me like 1 minute to sort this out. Okay, let's see if that made the difference or not. I think it might be back, but that looks right so far. Yes, we're back. Okay, I had to go reset each individual layer. To create this layout, I have to create a mask of each individual component. Well, I guess I could probably double up some of them, but I do it in each individual layer to keep it separate and easy to move around and shape and stuff. So once the base layer gets screwed up, each subsequent layer also got screwed up. So I had to go reset all of them basically. All right, so this is a good hand. Zabu early, 2/4 drops. We like this. This is probably the sort of hand we would normally snap. I don't feel super comfortable with the deck just yet, but let's think about snapping. Zabu can certainly go mid. That's no problem. Rock Slide, Enchantress. We don't know that the Enchantress is going to have a ton of value here, but if we can find a Darkhawk in particular, Jessica Jones also really good. That's an awesome turn 4. Turn 5, we're a little bit light, but I think this is worthy of a snap. We can go Jones left, Rock Slide wherever, right? Zabu looks good in green, by the way. Very natural fit on the uncommon frame there. That looks good. Armor's fine. Okay. Oh, that's potentially gonna mess me up, of course, because it's gonna... Oh, never mind. Nowhere. No, it's not. It's not doing anything. Scratch that. Dude, this is so busted right now. How good is this? Oh, no, Zabu, no. I didn't even think about Crimson Cosmos screwing me here. Well, shoot. I can put a Magneto there. Cosmos is not 4 cost card. It's not 1, 2, or 3 cost cards. It's cards that cost 1, 2, or 3. Absolutely brutal. And now I can't reveal on either of the 2 locations. God. What a meltdown this has been. Wow. Absolute meltdown. Well, I can't even play Shang-Chi anywhere else, so I guess we probably want to contest and maybe play for Magneto. Magneto pulls Cosmo currently to right. So if that's our turn 6 play always, we might as well just dump stuff here. I don't know what my opponent's gonna be exactly just yet. Kind of just good card stuff so far, nothing crazy. Red Skull, okay. I gotta add 8 power there. But even actually a little different than that, because I'm gonna Magneto here. You think we're pulling Cosmo out? It's 14. I mean, this is a winnable game, but certainly not a likely to win game. I think we might see a Taskmaster here, actually. Which case I lose, right? It's going to 15. Oh, but Cosmo will be there, so Taskmaster will fail, which will win me the game, right? If it goes here, they go to 30. Yeah, that actually beats me as well, but I guess they're not riding on the Taskmaster. They don't have anything, maybe. Okay, that's a win. Thank you, Zabu. We take those. Great snap. Despite everything falling apart. I just started playing Snap and it's really fun. I agree with you that it's very fun. I have been playing a while, but I also agree that it's fun. All right, Korg Widow Rockslide is perfect if we can find a Darkhawk. So we'll see. Central Park, Jotunheim, a little spooky. Also, oh my god, dude, this Darkhawk hand is gross. Opponent likes the squirrels though. Okay. Interesting. I don't know, I'm out of board space already. So they play Killmonger or something here. Let's hope. Shaka. Alright, so that seems like Patriot, which certainly the squirrels do work nicely for. That's a bonus set of units for them. Yeah. Yep, there's a Patriot. Now we do have Enchantress in this list, so there is a chance we can disrupt that Patriot rather nicely. For now, let's Darkhawk mid. Clintar is going to get erased. Maybe we're a little better off going here then. Zabu would be an amazing draw next turn, actually, wouldn't it? I think so. Oh, an Enchantress would actually just be an amazing draw. Just give me an Enchantress, right? Like, who cares about anything else? My God. Please, Enchantress. Please. One time, Enchantress. Ugh. I mean, this lane you usually win here. You don't expect this to get much bigger, right? So, can I beat 9 there in a future turn? Enchantress would wipe it out, of course. This only gets us to 11, though. So this would not be good enough. Can we take left with Jessica Jones, maybe? We think about an Ultron. We think about just like a thing over here. We're further ahead here. Maybe take the snipe mid with Darkhawk next turn. Jessica's got to go down earlier if we're going to play it, because she doesn't get buffed post 6. Oh, it's Cosmos, man. Yeah, unfortunately, no. I actually think we're better off here, right? Yes, the Darkhawk is huge. It's bigger than Magneto, but I think we can manipulate stuff into Jotunheim to pull a lot of power out and maybe win in particular right by yanking the Cosmo. We also have Patriot and Mystique that can be yanked. But this seems like a pretty good chance. I'm willing to take this for a few cubes. Oh, there's the Ultron. Okay, we can only move 1. Doesn't really matter here. I think we're screwed either way, right? Probably. That's a lot of power over there. Patriot won't make the difference. It had to be Cosmo, I think. My stupid squirrel debuff was insane. If we'd pulled Cosmo, we still would have lost, eh? Yeah, no Enchantress hits. Really sad. Really sad. What are the odds to have Zabu on curve? I don't know. Not that bad in Marvel Snap, honestly, because by turn 3, you've drawn half your deck, right? So maybe 50-50? Yeah, chat's saying the same thing. You know, it's 12-card deck. You have 4 cards on 1, 5 cards on 2, 6 cards on 3. Yeah, it sounds like 50-50 to me. This is an insane. I mean, this is insane. Screw it. I don't know. Whatever. Let's snap. If you're not going to snap a hand like this, it's a little early, probably, technically, because we could get location screwed, but let's put the heat on. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, so many great cards. These are going to cost 1 each. It's so silly. I don't know how to use that to win just yet, but we're going to have a lot of high-powered units, I can tell you that. Okay, that makes life a little sadder. Oh, they lose their She-Hulk, though. That's probably a good exchange for us, all right? Might be some logic to waiting here. I don't know. I mean, I'm exposed always to like Enchantresses and stuff with Darkhawk, but let's just get rocks in ASAP is my thought. Spend our mana ASAP, right? Enchantress we can chill on. No need to hurry here. I think Magneto on 5 is fine. We're not likely to lose Asgard, I don't think. What are we gonna think about? Professor X? We gotta think about maybe Hobgoblin. I've seen what else. Setting up Daredevil plays these days. The opponent is eyeballing that Darkhawk. I think they're gonna Enchantress it. I sense an Enchantress coming. What if I do it first? Oh, just Hobgoblin. Okay, interesting. Still plenty for me to win there. I'm still really strong there. This is pretty funny. All right, so Korg, Absorbing Man. I actually think just playing a big Magneto makes sense here. Spreading out our stats a lot to play around any sort of, I don't know, Professor X or whatever. Leave a spot here for any shenanigans. End on Korg so I can Absorbing Man buff the Darkhawk next turn if needed. I think that's all fine. Let's just see what they got here. Going left with something. Very curious. Leader. Oh, okay, sure. Oh my god. Yeah, that is quite disruptive, but outside of shenanigans, I mean, right is absolutely secured. I guess the question is though, that given how disruptive that is, can I actually win left here, right? I'm getting too big elsewhere. I'm only adding 7 power here. That's 10, and I'm down 10 there as well. I think we're kind of screwed, right? I didn't hit a heavy hitter here like I needed. But we don't have that many heavy hitters, I guess. It's really Zabu. Be nice to have a bigger power dump card. Can't sneak anything here, right? A little too hard. You just have to assume they're gonna dump some stats here and here, or even swap something out here maybe with a Enchantress. Seems a little too far gone. Leader being leader. I love that we got more leader. Great. Hey Zabu, let's turn you blue, buddy. Surprised the opponent snapped there, by the way. That was a pretty good way to lose cubes if they actually had it, if they were favored. We were gonna piece out of that game very often. Just lost a leader 2, yeah. Leader 2, that's even better than leader 1. Man. Sounds funny. All right. Korg, go get him, buddy. Storm Darkhawk's really nice. No Zabu yet, but pretty cool. I gotta sit up some. You guys think my camera's all out of whack because I never sit up. I always lean back. Everybody's like, oh, your camera's too tall. No, I just slouch too much. That's all. So Nidavellir with Shang-Chi is usually a pretty sick line. We wouldn't want to wipe that out, so we'll storm a different location. Probably go right, since we don't really need the Korg to contest we expect with Darkhawk. The problem is a little bit, depending on what they play, we might have trouble getting the Shang-Chi off. We definitely need like a Patriot to hit. Just dumping the Mystique. Oh, weird. Okay. Maybe there's the Silver Surfer in here. We've seen that sometimes. Zabu on 5 for the 3-part turn 6. That's kind of wild, right? Yeah, this definitely has some Surfer vibes, doesn't it? Or, well, let's see. Ant-Man 2? Does this ever have bot vibes? I'm trying to figure out exactly where this is going, but I'm a little lost here. It's just the tempo Mystique because you think you're not gonna have the energy later, right? It's fine, makes sense. All right, so Rock Slide's definitely gonna win me. Right, because Darkhawk will get huge. Well, I shouldn't say definitely, but Rock Slide Absorbing Man in particular feels like it would. And then I think we just Shang-Chi mid because we're trusting perhaps. Well, I don't know. I had a Surfer's adding what, 6 here and 3 here. It's like Surfer Patriot would add 4, 7, right? I'm adding 8 power to Darkhawk, so that'd be fine. We're adding 6 left, and I'm only adding 9 left. So I go 14 to 13. So Absorbing Man doesn't actually win left with Darkhawk. I think I'm actually better off going mid then in that case, right? Shang-Chi, I don't think is actually going to connect. I think Jessica Jones is technically a little better. But it just depends on what gets played. We'll see. Oh, That is not what we expected, but should be less power than we accounted for, so we should be totally fine. Yeah, this deck did some, I don't know. It definitely feels like there's some vibe of Patriot, Silver Surfer, something in there, but there's also Blue Marvel. I don't know. But regardless, we saw the crazy turn 6 Zabu, right? Playing 3/4s, basically getting a 12 cost turn on turn 6 is pretty nuts. We added, well, I don't know. We didn't really do that much, to be honest. We didn't like dump a ton of power, but had multiple different lines and options at least, which is cool. Okay. Widow is good early. Storm Darkhawk is certainly good early. Need to be mindful of New York. I'm probably just gonna wipe out the New York with Storm because it makes my life easier. I don't have to think about it so much. I guess though, if we do like really win the Storm location, sometimes we're a little better off going that route. Diablos could also ruin New York maybe, but that could also ruin Storm, so we might want to go Storm mid. Oh, Carnage mid. Oh. Okay. Is Zabu like Guff?
Wind.
I mean, sort of. More like Sorcerer's Apprentice or something. I had to pick. Now, Darkhawk naturally gets buffed by District X because the 10 random cards is more cards than they would have had in their deck originally, right? So he's going to be naturally very large. He'll be a monster. We don't need to support him too much. Boy. Where do I even go here? Like, what's my best power play? Highest power options is like Bishop. Hawkeye? Feels so weak though. I don't know. We'll see what they've got. Not the best random cards. If we could get a big Shang-Chi left, that would be sick, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. Oh, it will. Okay, cool. So that leaves him with what, 5 power left on left. So we should just be able to Shang-Chi plus whatever, move whatever, and be happy. Even double Shang-Chi here seems good. Anything that disrupts this that we're not thinking of? 2. This is down to 1, 3, 5. So just move Bishop over maybe. Put a Black Widow here because why not? They can't move anything here because they filled it up, so this should be fine, right? Not thinking of anything. Maybe a Killmonger. None of these get buffed by like Silver Surfer. I think we're fine. Seems totally okay. Looks like a Doctor Doom could maybe have screwed me here. We thought about Doctor Doom. They'd have to know that there was an empty spot to make it good, but maybe I could have put the Black Widow left just to be safe for a Doctor Doom. I don't know, or Storm or something. Probably fine to do that. I got bot vibes off that game, by the way. I don't know. I don't play a lot of bots anymore, but that just gave me bot vibes between the hero portrait and the deck itself. Kind of a weird, just haphazardly thrown together deck, it felt like. Not sure what exactly was going on. All right, Super Dude, Armor gone, and Jessica Jones gone. That's our second Jessica Jones discard. Certainly not the worst target, so I'm cool with that. Lecheguila. That's amazing for Darkhawk if the opponent plays into it, of course. Be an incredible Zabu hand, man. Zabu me. Scorpion's cool too. Kind of trust the Darkhawk to win and kill him very often, but we could maybe get away with a Rock Slide and kill him as well if we don't expect the opponent to play here this turn. If we can go 2+6, that's enough to win sometimes. In which case we can save the Darkhawk for a stronger lane elsewhere. Like, I'm gonna greed this, I think. Let's see. Does the greed pay off? Oh boy, it might not. Oh boy, oh boy. Well, rocks though. Yes. Oh, that's delightful. Oh, that's actually delightful. I don't know. It's probably a little late to stop now, but get out of here before anything goes wrong. The rock slide into the Jubilee is so fun. That gives you like the evil vibes, you know? Oh man. Oh, whoops, intern, sorry. Yep, opponent retreated. Okay, cool. Zabu, man, we need you to get more time, Zabu. Have I not played my 5 games yet? Like, you gotta win 5 games or play 5 games? How does this work to get all my rewards? I really only played 4 games? Maybe you gotta win 5 games. I don't even know. All right, Scorpion's good. Zabu's really good. Pretty solid reactive 4 drops here. This is a good hand, I think. If I had a Darkhawk, I'd feel like over the moon, but Iceman. I always like this Iceman art. I feel like it looks cool. It's a nice looking Iceman. Big turn 1, man. Absolutely zero chill. There's our Darkhawk. Okay, very nice. Let's snap. What comic is Zabu from? I think it's like Savage Land type stuff. There's this whole like prehistoric Savage Land Marvel stuff. I don't know. People like time travel there. I think there's just regular stories there. So like Kazar's there, and there's other characters too. Kind of like a Tarzan vibe, as I understand it. Good old Tarzan vibe. All right, I want to start dumping cards here because we might see a leech. I think if I could, I'd play the Rock Slide, but I can't. It's Iceman. I think that's the cards I want from the leech most. Okay, Darkhawk v Dracula actually might be okay for us. Why is my opponent's deck so tiny? Oh, we drew 2 cards. Olympia, yeah, that's why. Okay, but Rock Slide can fix that, no problem. Darkhawk's about to get very, very big. All right. Do we want Absorbing Man here to help Darkhawk? I don't really need a top deck, so I'm not worried about Late Shaguila so much. Darkhawk's getting another +8 here. That's not going to be enough to straight up contest Dracula, right? So let's add some stats next to Darkhawk. Oh, they're committing even more to this Dracula. Okay. We might have a scenario where they get rocks stuck in hand for this Dracula, right? Cosmo, whew, just in time. Oh boy, that reveal order helped us, didn't it? So I mean, we're heading all 4 locations. This moves at least probably Cosmo and Dracula over, because we assume this is going to be fairly open. I wonder if we're better off going here so we only move 1 over, plus this is just more closely contested. There is a risk here that if I pull Cosmo and then they play something big mid, that I lose right to the Dracula, but they have 5 cards in hand. We assume at least a rock. Can they really dump enough cards here to be successful? I guess Magneto's most disruptive mid ultimately. Nightcrawler could move as well. It's kind of hard to know the right place to play here. We don't have true, that's a good point. If they do play mid to contest mid, that the Darkhawk scales so much off of it that perhaps giving mid is fine, because we know that shores up right if we give up mid. I think that's logical, yeah. If mid's gonna buff me anyway, let's not contest mid as much, because that shores up right basically. Yeah, and they don't play mid indeed. 0 Maximus Rock. Wow, they actually hit the red skull, but Just not good enough mid. Were they down to the only red skull? No, they had one other card in hand. I think they only had one rock in hand, right? Because we played both of these on 5. So they played the only rock that we know of. So they probably had another pretty solid big card out there. But yeah, this plan worked, as we said. Yeah, I think that's a good logical reason to play this left. I mean, would we have lost if we'd played mid? Probably not. No, in fact, we never lose if we play mid, right? Because we would have pulled Dracula and Cosmo over, and we would have won. Oh no, we might have lost. How much? 14 and 2? 16, 18? We would have been at 18. I guess we might have pulled. Oh no, we wouldn't have pulled Maximus over because we were revealing first. I think in that case we certainly win a tie, but it would have been pretty close. No, not Maximus, because we revealed first, right? We had the lead right and the lead left. So we revealed first. Maximus wouldn't have gotten pulled. Only Cosmo Dracula. So they would have been 18 mid. We would have lost left, one right, tied mid. And we would have won the tie because Darkhawk would have been huge comparatively. Would have been like 14-3 versus 15-12. So we would have won, but would have been a little closer. This worked out. Yeah, season is new. Yep, that's right. When do you get these rewards? Did they change it? Is it 5 wins? I really can't remember. I don't know how it works. I've only done this 7 times. How can I remember? Yeah, new season, new card, Zabu. All right, Storm Darkhawk's awesome. Storm Jessica Jones as well. Staple turn 3/4 is there. Is it 10 games now? I think it used to be 5, didn't it? When you got your rewards? I don't know. Who remembers this stuff? Not me. Mindscape. Okay. We could definitely wipe that away with Storm if we want. I mean, I do have a really strong 6-cost card in hand, so it seems fairly reasonable to me already to think about preserving the hand here. That said, the opponent has a pretty big contest there mid with the Sunspot able to scale this Storm location. Darkhawk, we have Rock Slide, I guess, to make it fairly hefty. We think that the Darkhawk can go toe-to-toe with the Sunspot. I mean, if the Sunspot does go toe-to-toe with the Darkhawk, I guess the implication is that they're spending so much energy, we'd probably win elsewhere, right? If they play something big here, we can Magneto it out. Yeah, we can Magneto out that Dracula. Assuming it's even gonna be big, but we assume it'll be big, right? It's usually big. So if I go Zabu now, I can go 2 and 3 next turn, but Jessica Jones is particularly bad at the end of the game. If I were gonna go for the Magneto always next turn, I'm probably just better off playing Rock Slide now to ensure that the Darkhawk remains large. Although it doesn't need to stay too large for the record, because if the Magneto is gonna pull the Dracula out regardless, we're probably safe there. This is actually a little bit better to contest right than a singular big unit because we get 2 spots for Mojo World, which is obviously important. Kind of like this a little more. I think this gives us more flexibility, plays to our top deck a little better, and it helps us contest Mojo World potentially better as well. This is a little spicy though. So Magneto right does win right because we go to 18-14. We assume we always lose left in that case though, and we probably lose also lose right, or lose mid to Dracula. Dracula only needs +6, but if they're only playing, if they have 1 big card and 1 big card, that's perfect for them. Boy, I don't see a great line here. Rock Slide right doesn't get that. Like, Rock Slide Absorbing Man left is okay. Makes Darkhawk really big, but You don't win right ever. We can't really ever win right. They're just a little too big. Other than Magneto, but then you lose left. And probably mid. Does Magneto left does this just win me the game? Only if Dracula's small. Do we have to trust the tiny Dracula here? Or do we think these guys can win? I guess these guys gotta win. I don't know. For 2, we'll try it out for sure. They don't win, sadly. They are going just a little shy. Oh God, the final 2 cards were perfect for them too. Brutal defeat. Yeah, just not big enough. I don't think there's any way out, right? If that's the final 2 cards, I don't see a path. Magneto right still would have lost to the Dracula, like we said. Because this would be even smaller. Remember, this would be tiny. Yeah, it seemed kind of doomed. Hey, Fikar, man, thanks for the 16 months. That's really nice. Appreciate. Oh, hey, oh, my rewards. Yes, baby, let's go. 200 credits, 40 boosters, 250 credits, a new title, 400 credits. Mystery variant is Brood, Pixel Brood, terrible. Don't like that much. I like some of the pixels, but not that one. Not my favorite. All right, Zabu's going up. Thank you, Zabu. Magneto left was strong, right? I think it only pulled 1 card from Mojo, right? So we would have maybe we would have won Mojo on stats. I think we were still too small on Mojo on stats, right? Because they had the Titania in particular outscaling us. Maybe we could have sacked enough left. Yeah, maybe, but it also depends on what they play. No, maybe Magneto left was the play. They had armor, Titania, Cosmo, and what was that final card right? Let's see. Yeah, I only pulled 1 card right, guys. We didn't win right if I played Magneto left. Only Cosmo goes. So they have 6 and 5 is 11. I only had 7. So they win right anyway. See, only Cosmo moves. Armor's 2, so almost. So you would lose left hard. You'd lose right a little. If Magneto cost 4, we would have been good, I guess. But that's only option. Yeah, why don't I use variants? It kind of started out just for the sake of clarity. Like, I like the stream to be viewer friendly and easy to read and see, for as many people as possible. I know all the cards have giant logos on them, and that's great, and that's an awesome design choice, but I don't know. I find for me, when I'm looking at cards, I'm still looking at the art first and the logo second. So it was always just easier for me to look at the actual art and recognize the cards immediately. Oh, baby Captain Marvel, okay. So I just tried to keep the default art so people could kind of get a quick visual. I may not do that forever, I don't know. We'll see. I honestly, I like having the variants in my collection, but I don't really care about playing them that much, if I'm being honest. It's cool when they get played, but it's not like my favorite. Have you gotten invited to the Kawa Marvel Snap games that he does? I think you mean there's like a tournament or something in New York. I have not heard anything about it. No, I'm really not plugged into the Marvel Snap community or like content creator community that much. I mean, obviously I know a few people, I've talked to a few people, but I am very much like an outsider. Probably by my own doing. I'm not, no shade or anything. I don't really reach out to people or do my own thing. But I don't stream Snap as much as a lot of people. I mostly just make videos, which do pretty well. Frankly, my videos do about as well as anybody's Marvel Snap videos from what I can tell. Particularly the ones at the top end do better than a lot of people's Marvel Snap videos. But I'm not like part of the streamer scene or whatever. So I don't know. But no, I did not get invited. I also believe it's an in-location tournament, which I wouldn't be able to go to anyway, so I'm not too sad about that one. But yeah, I'm happy to talk to people that want to talk to me. I'm just not very good at making connections, I guess. So yeah, Korg Black Widow is amazing for the Darkhawk lines here. Let's see if we can't pull off some. Okay, Necrocia's maybe not so good. I don't think we usually location lock, so let's not worry about clearing space for Murder World here. Let's just get Black Widow. That one power might make all the difference, right? Who knows? Okay, Lab. Dead turn 3, no Zabu. It's gonna be tough. Oh, you were talking about something different. Oh, well, so heads up, there is a cool tournament thing Kawa's hosting, but that's not what you meant. I don't think I've been invited to any sort of Pictionary thing, no. I legitimately think a large portion of Marvel Snap streamers do not know that I exist. I think there's a large portion. Because I don't really stream that much, and I don't think most of them are that plugged in on YouTube stuff. Like, I have so for me, I have a list tracking every Marvel Snap YouTuber. I track people's stats. I see what they're doing. I mean, I watch their videos. I don't really watch, but I mean, I watch to see what videos they are making. Boy, that's spicy. I mean, maybe we just storm this and hope to maybe we trust the Magneto on Miniaturize Lab next turn. Maybe that's the play. But I don't think a lot of people pay attention to me. If that makes sense. Okay, so I don't feel like we're contesting left at all. Okay, they're actually putting some power mid as well. So 5, we're only going to tiny bit more than 5. I mean, we kind of assume they're not playing right, don't we? I mean, it's Black Widow enough to win right. If I rip the Wong here, I guess if I rip the rescue though, I'm screwed, aren't I? It's too big. I would need to only rip one card to do this successfully. I could get Wong and Ironheart though, if I got really lucky. Is it worth 1 cube risk to try to rip the right 2 cards? They play mid, you think? This feels like an Odin setup to me. I don't know. Maybe they hope the Ironheart's big enough. I mean, I sacrifice stats on Jones, of course, but I mean, maybe this is just the safest line, but I just hate how little power it is, right? I hate how little power it is. See you, Shuri, man. Thanks for hanging out. No, I don't think Zabu works with wave as I read the text anyway. Okay, they snapped. I can't risk a cube here. We're way behind. Guys, I gotta take a pee break. I'll be right back. As I read Zabu, he says cards that he says 4 cost cards, not cards that cost 4, which is a distinction in Marvel Snap. So I don't think Zabu will work with wave, but I have not tested it to see if that is consistent with expectations. But give me 1 minute, guys. We'll be right. All right. Okay, some good turn 4s. I definitely feel the awkwardness in this list so far of having a lot of 4s if you don't hit Zabu. Like when you hit Zabu, of course it's insane, but Oh man, there's a lot of turns where, particularly these reactive ones, I feel like there's so many moments where we don't really have the right time to play these. Which, you know, that's what you gotta kind of hone in on when you're trying to build a deck, right? What's the right balance? What's the right ratio of all these cost cards? And I'm certainly not gonna pretend like this one's gonna be perfect on day one, that's for sure. We're just having some fun seeing how it works. So, all right, Jessica Jones a little better than Darkhawk early. I think we have to ask ourselves, are we going to contest right? We have Korg and Darkhawk. Magneto could rip a bishop out. We might be willing to, but I feel very far behind already. Kazar committing Mojo World as well. Ooh.
Opponent snapped.
3 4s next turn could be nuts, right? Could help me win Mojo World and other spots. I mean, Darkhawk's not going to be huge, but I could Absorbing Man this Korg if I want, or I guess theoretically the Shang-Chi as well, but it seems less likely to be good. Is Bishop ever big enough to Shang-Chi? It certainly doesn't feel like it, right? So I think we just go for the Darkhawk win. Left or mid? Impossible to say, right? I don't know. Same power differential, so it's kind of a 50-50. So we go to 4 right. I mean, do we ever give right as well? I mean, adding 9 power mid is not nothing, right? Hard to get a read on what this deck would want to do. Maybe an Ultron. Just fill in these spots. 5 cards in hand. Really hard to say where the right place to go is here. Let's at least make them commit to Mojo World. They certainly don't have any problem with that. I don't think we're gonna be big enough to beat Ant-Man +4 Bishop, right? That seems too big. Mid actually would have worked out fairly well for us, given the Green Goblin would have gotten stuck. Yeah, we're not getting to 20. We're only adding 9. Really close though, right? Really close. I mean, certainly Darkhawk here is going to be big enough. I think we didn't go for the Shang-Chi either, though. The Bishop did not quite get large enough. Mid would have won us the game, right? We would have been at 9 to 8. No, it would have been 9 to 9, actually. Green Goblin would have only been -2. So we would have lost because Mojo World tie preferences are insanely huge. Yeah, I don't think we get there either way. Maybe Darkhawk mid and... No, even then that's not big enough left. Yeah, just not enough power. They dumped a ton of stats early. Hey, TP on my PP, dude. Thanks for the 22 months, almost 2 years indeed. Hey, Kyle Burtz. This deck looks very solid and fun. Yeah, I'm not playing disciplined enough with it. I'm actually, I'm still in my rank floor mode, brain mode of last season. And streamer mode where I try to see the ends of all games. We need to be a little more careful with our snaps and retreats. Like that last game should have been a retreat, but I just wanted to see. I think honestly, if we if we don't hit Zabu on 3, it should maybe be a retreat. It might actually be that simple. Like that's such a power play for us. It's a little bit like negative, you know, you snap on your negative turns. Anything else might not be good enough. I don't know if we're quite at that level in this deck, but it feels like it might be. I'm thinking we might want to cut 1 4-drop for like a lizard or something. I don't know, lizard's kind of an awkward mana cost though. At 2 doesn't really weave in that well. Although I say that, and I have a 3 right now with a 2 that would be amazing. All right, let's see if we can't get big enough here. 3 4s is pretty nuts. Rock Slide's basically effective +10 total stats. We can hit a Shang-Chi target in particular. Oh, that's not great for Enchantress, unfortunately, given the idiot Darkhawk there. I mean, maybe it's still worth it. I mean... I don't know though, we can maybe just outscale that as is, right? Doesn't it feel like we can maybe just outscale that straight up? How big of a unit are they putting there? It's just this deck seems very very random in its assortment of plays, so hard to know where this one's gonna go. If Darkhawk wasn't ongoing, it would be set, but I don't know, man. Darkhawk might just get big enough that they're not expecting this. Contesting here, plus 10 right. I mean, this is definitely winnable. Let's see how this feels. Could maybe like put an absorbing man mid to like really try to contest, but I don't know. They might just be accounting for the size of this and not expecting a giant +8. I'm curious. Okay, surely with 2 cards we win right here. How big could this be right? Can't be that big, right? It's gonna be a buffer, maybe? Oh, buffer, yeah, okay. Yeah, we got big enough. Oh god, barely. So the Rhino might have queued us in on the Silver Surfer a little bit, but maybe this is a negative Surfer deck, and when they didn't hit the negative. Rhino's a little weird to see in a negative deck though, so I don't know. It certainly didn't read Surfer very hard with only 1 3-drop scene. Whew. Okay. Yeah, it worked. Just enough, man. We take it. I don't know if I feel great about that one, but Absorbing Man cannot copy Darkhawk. No, Darkhawk is not an on reveal. He's ongoing. We would need a Mystique to copy a Darkhawk. But every time I played Mystique and Darkhawk together, I thought they felt pretty awkward, honestly. It was like you were a little too all in on that one game plan, and if you didn't have the Mystique, or if you didn't have the Darkhawk, the Mystique often felt very stranded in the decks I played. So forcing yourself into a kind of a 1-2 line didn't really feel very good. Just having good cards around them felt better. Pluto Derp, sorry you've had the flu. That sucks. Nobody wants to be sick like that, man. That's unfortunate. I hope he gets to feeling better. I've had a pretty good stretch of not being sick lately, which I probably just jinxed, so I feel very lucky. Not to rub it in, but I feel lucky. I guess I never leave the house really, so it'd be hard to get sick perhaps. That might be why. All right, really good follow-up 4s here. I think we'll probably go Jessica Jones left and then dump Muir Island. Ooh, Brood's getting big though, man. We can move those Broods out with Magneto, I guess, mid if we want. I mean, for now, we're only behind 1 over here. I feel a little bad committing too much here, though. Did we finish on the rock slide? Yes, yeah. Better for a top deck Darkhawk later. Cosmo. Okay, I'll shoot. My rock slide stranded. I guess I'd rather that right now than anything else. Certainly reading. Oh, never mind. We'd rather have the. So Absorbing Man still works here, right? By the way. So Surfer's gonna add 12 here. I think I can beat this, particularly with Magneto, right? This should work even though it didn't go off with Cosmo. I think we take this lane with Magneto. We're gonna try to contest it anyway. I don't know. I'm feeling ballsy. Let's go. Yeah, Killmonger's not affecting us. We do get a Killmonger, which is kind of cool. They got an Absorbing Man Killmonger, which, oh man, the Absorbing Man, oh no, they can't play a Surfer Absorbing Man. They don't have any cost discounts here. So we're up by 7. Magneto may not actually pull anything because of spacing. So that's a little risky, isn't it? But nothing else here is really a good play for us. Nothing else adds enough power. Surfer is adding 3 here. That's 8. I'm at 14. Oh boy. I ever go Magneto right? No. This is really close. I mean, they're not adding power via Surfer left unless they add a card. They have another 3-drop. Whatever it is, right? I don't know. Let's assume it's 6 power left. I would honestly prefer to split my stats a little bit, but I just get so much less power like this. I only get 5. It would be nice to split, but I think we got to try this, but it's really harrowing. Yeah, that's probably game since they filled mid. I thought they might go left, but yeah, that's game. Oh no, wait, we're fine, right? Oh yeah, okay, cool. Magneto's just big enough. Yeah, like we said, sometimes you just gotta go for power, right? Just put the stats in. Killmonger, right, wouldn't have won. It would only have been another 4. Yeah, this was actually the line. Man, okay. They put Fantastic left, they would have got there, but they didn't know, they didn't know I was gonna go mid, so. All right, we take those, man. Not a bad deck to go toe-to-toe with, honestly, man. Very powerful, reliable power output deck. Hit a good curve, denied me my rock slide on time. Because that would have been another +4 here. Would have changed some of the math on like Killmongers and stuff. Good deck to be able to beat, honestly. Yeah, right, Magneto could have also won, yeah. Seemed like a worse play because it didn't have any disruption potential, but in hindsight, yes, would have won as well. That was a fun game. Okay. Wish you, man. I have two. Look at this, guys. I have to scroll for 10 minutes to find cards to upgrade. It's a good problem to have because I have so many choices, and eventually I need to start committing to all these comments because that's technically the most efficient way to do it. But it's just efficient from a credit standpoint, inefficient from a time standpoint. It takes forever to upgrade common cards. 6,800. I've already gotten 800 of the next 6,000 I need. I feel like I might be able to buy a Shuri, guys. I don't know. I feel like I want Shuri really badly, so I might do it anyway, even if it screws my next card purchase up. Zabu early is nice. Magneto maybe not so good with the Zabu, but Magneto's been good in this deck, though. I wouldn't want to cut it, even though he's not a great fit always. You don't always have the Zabu. In those half of games, you don't hit Zabu on time. Magneto has certainly felt very powerful. And even with Zabu, sometimes he's felt powerful, so. I think happy to have that. What's my collection level? I think like 10,850 or something. I've basically been spending max credits again since the token system came out to get new cards on time. All right, Zabu brings that back down to 3, maybe for a turn 5 place. That's not the end of the world, I guess. Should be okay. Shang-Chi has felt very underwhelming today so far. We just have not seen a lot of people playing big stuff. We've seen a lot more like control type decks with small things. Feeling that weakness. Only 1 or 2 Shang-Chi games have popped up all night so far, I think. Hell Cow. Okay, so some discard action. Cerebro. That's pretty weak for them, really. Probably only gonna buff a couple things max. Rather have the stats on the Cyclops, I think. All right, good time for a Jessica Jones. Do we care about giving them a Jessica Jones? Probably a pretty expensive card for them to play. I do think they care about discard a little bit, or they wouldn't have a blade, of course. So I'm wondering if we can maybe disrupt their discard at all. Let's start here for now. Jessica Jones left. We can add power there later via New York movement if we need to. So skipping it on turn 5 is probably not the end of the world. Okay. Storm Darkhawk's actually pretty nice. Unless I think I want to disrupt their discard. I don't think this is actually a discard card though, but they had Hell Cow as well. It's like Zoo, but also discard with Hell Cow in there. I wonder if it's a Zabu deck with like 4-drop discard stuff. Nightcrawler and Iceman as well. I really have no idea. I don't know what to expect here. I feel like I am completely clueless about what the next card's gonna be. If it was just the blade, I would say, oh, that's just a 1-drop for their zoo deck, but it was also the Hell Cow. Kind of discard zoo, I suppose. I've seen a list kind of like this.
Aid my
You think
hand.
Strongman Zabu? Yeah, that would make sense. That would fuse together the discard side of it for sure. I think I saw a Theorycraft list like that now that you say that. Boy, I mean, Enchantress mid, it certainly adds a lot of value, but then I'm kind of stranded on what to do with this Shang-Chi. It's not a lot of power output. If I had like a rock slide here, I'd be a lot happier, wouldn't I? I would say let's do something like this. I'm revealing first. The Shang-Chi really doesn't do anything, but I mean, he's 3 power. Enchantress is worth a lot though, so I think it's worth it. Let's do this. Assume Darkhawk's enough. Maybe they're not going to contest that. They're like, no, screw that. That's too hard. We rip the Blue Marvel, Cerebro, probably a little better than Kazar. Well, pretty much always better than Kazar. Yeah, this is fine. Not snap worthy, but we'll give it a go. Oh yeah, okay. We could have actually left the storm, it turns out. What do you know? Seems big enough though, right? Enchantress here putting in some work. Yeah, totally fine. Cool. Chavez Wright would have contested there a little, but nice. What does Darkhawk do? He gets big, like any good Darkhawk should. Darkhawk. He gets he gets big. I don't know. That's all I know. That's all I know. All right, Citadel's amazing for Darkhawk if we get that. Yeah, and Zabu actually too. Man, Zabu pushing everything to 1. Would love Zabu Citadel. I'd have an empty hand in no time, but it's okay. Los Diablos. Zabu on 3. Dang. I don't really have the 4-drops yet, but I just want to snap, man. I don't know. I also get big, but that's after a big turkey dinner. Hey, whatever floats your boat, man. You do you. Whatever floats your gravy boat. This really breaks my curve. Is a turn 5 Zabu worth disrupting Gamma Lab here? I'm pretty much giving Gamma Lab. Oh no, I have Shang-Chi. I can give Gamma Lab. No, screw that. Finally got a use for a Shang-Chi. Screw Gamma Lab. I don't need it. Oh, neither does the opponent apparently. Okay. Don't hit. No. I could have played out my whole hand. Dang near. Not this turn, I guess, but soon. Soon. Storm's a little better next turn. I just wish I had more good proactive plays here. We don't have a lot going on. Opponent is literally doing nothing though, so hard to get a read on what their deal is. Maybe they're just running a lot of 4s and Zabu and just didn't hit it, you know? I could see that. That comes in just under. Probably should have Absorbing Manned into Rock Slide, not Black Widow. I think that was a boo-boo. I mean, Black Widow's not a bad Absorbing Man target, but maybe not the best either. It depends if we get Darkhawk or not, right? If we don't get Darkhawk, actually Black Widow is better. But if we do get Darkhawk, I think a little better the other way around. Aw. Sad days indeed. Boy. I just have no, man, their deck is huge, by the way. 7. This Darkhawk just hard carries. I mean, is there any chance this Shang-Chi, like, no, there's 0 chance. He literally always does nothing. He's just a stat dump, which that's also fine. Yeah, let's just spread across all 3 here and see if we can do it. I worry the opponent's going to drop some bombs here, like with the Zabu's 3-4 drops. I don't know what it might be, but could be kind of scary. But yeah, this is certainly worth going for, I think. Seems like mid is definitely locked up. Is right locked up? It's tied. Oh, dang. You win the tie, though. Dang. Close.
Victory.
Close. Just outpowered their Zabu a little bit. If their Shang-Chi had gone right, we would have lost. They would have owned the tie here, 8 and 8. Yeah, all their powers came in. All their powers came in just under Shang-Chi range. Everything's 8. I thought about running Crossbones in this deck. It seemed okay for them there. I imagine with strong 4-drops you do get ahead often, but my fear was that it was going to overcommit often, like one location was just going to get dumped on and the others might get a little stranded. But if you have Zabu, that's not a risk as much because you're able to play so many things that it's fine if you're dumping into one spot. But if you don't hit the Zabu, I was worried it was going to get screwed. Black Widow sure would be a nice card to upgrade, as would that Silver Surfer. Maybe we get 20 more credits here, huh? 5 cost cards, 2 cost cards, that'll happen, yeah. All right. Did I pack Zabu? Get it through tokens. Neither, I got it through the season pass. You can only get it through the season pass, I believe. You gotta buy the monthly pass. That's my favorite way to get cards, really, though, because it's instant, easy for a content creator. It is just money well spent, very quickly and easy. Money well spent. Just sometimes this game money is not well spent, or perhaps even usually in this game money is not well spent. But the season pass definitely feels like the most rewarding of the purchases, I think. Okay, yeah, Zabu early is amazing. This is certainly not a bad hand for Zabu. Absorbing Man Jessica Jones, frankly, not even bad. If we get a rock card, it's probably going to be better utilized on Darkhawk, though. We'll be able to play in Big House based on the wording here. That should be fine. I mean, this is snap worthy. Zabu early. We need to snap these games. This is exactly when the deck becomes amazing. It's not a guarantee, but you know, we're favored, so. What did I think about battle mode? It's kind of exactly what I expected. They had teased something more or less similar for a while now. Okay, they got a Mystique. I'm not like a big competitive gamer guy. I'm not going to be super into competing and stuff, but I think it will still be very fun to have esports. If there are like invitational events that are fun, I will consider doing those sorts of things, but if people are tryharding and taking it serious, no thanks. I'll pass. I don't want to try to prove how smart I am. That's never been an interest for me. Okay, Wong after the fact. We saw that Mystique, so that was definitely some combo setup stuff with Gambit. We might see an Ironheart. We might see what else might we see? We could see maybe a what else might we see? I don't know, but I feel a little bit sad here. I don't feel like my plays are particularly strong here. Magneto coming down for free could be cool. Mr. Sinister coming down for free is actually a little bit of a risk, maybe. We don't want to lock up a location before we have to, I don't think. Let's play here. Clearly, Wong is always terrifying. I don't have my Enchantress, sadly, so we can't quite disrupt there. They have their own Darkhawk, okay. So that would make the Enchantress beautiful. Oh, okay, so that's probably just a secured location. a little too secure, if anything, right? We know the Gambit's gone. What's the biggest risks here? Ironheart, I guess an Odin is kind of a risk. We definitely want to put some power in play here. I weirdly like putting Korg here in case the Magneto gets sniped by a Gambit, so that I still win 11-10, and I'm not sure I'll need the power anywhere else. I can't beat this ever on Odin, and if it is Odin that we're expecting, this is sufficient anyway. I think there's gonna be 3 cards here. I'm just like got this little nugget in my brain that says Korg right makes sense for some reason.
Wind,
I don't know.
aid my hand.
Just in case of that Odin. I mean, Odin's scary. We may lose anyway, but I think this shores us up, interestingly enough. If that hits that Magneto, I'm gonna feel like a giga brain genius, dude. Okay, that's small, that's good. That's small, that's good. Oh, hit the other one. Oh, and hit the core. That's fine. Oh, I am actually Giga Brain, by the way. Just because it didn't happen doesn't make me not a Giga Brain. You saw there, it was really close. If that had hit Magneto, I would have won. Woo. Okay, good win, good win. Saw the lines. One time in my life, saw the lines. Quite happy there. Got your first Infinity Split with Wolfsbane? Grats. My first was Medusa. I'll never forget. It was amazing. It's really cool looking, I thought. And they look even cooler now. All right, surf me, bro. Infinity Pixel Surfer. We're away from another reserve. Guys, we might change up decks. I feel like I've gotten actually some pretty cool games of this one. We've climbed, I think, a fair bit. Yeah, we're up 17 cubes isn't too bad. Not, you know, not amazing, of course, but I also gave up some 4 cubers to see what happened, you know. Games I would have retreated, I think, off stream. So I'd say realistically maybe in the 20 to 25 cube range of climbing, which is pretty good for a couple hours on a brand new deck. I don't hate it. I think it's kind of nice. This will not be what the final version of this looks like. There will be refinements for this sort of thing. This may not even be the best way to do Zabu at all, but this seemed quite competent. We were able to go toe-to-toe power output wise with a few pretty strong decks. You guys really wanted to see Ocean Man, the Ocean Man deck. I feel like we should play Shuri instead. I feel like that's gonna be the good deck. I feel like I got 800 tokens. I feel a little more confident buying the Shuri. Did I get any of the other new cards yet? They're not out yet. I think they come out weekly now, as I understand it. I think each Tuesday we'll get a new card. Maybe not tomorrow, but every week after. Let's buy Shuri and play Shuri, guys. Come on. She's really cool. I've never played her, of course. So now that I have Shuri, I'm only missing 1 card. Look at this. Only card I'm missing is Sentry. He's pretty garbage, I think, so. Not stressed about missing Sentry here. But now we're on the quest to get 6,000 tokens by the time the new card comes out next week. I don't know if that's possible or not. Somebody in chat said it was, but I don't know. So let's do the Shuri deck. I think this is going to be probably one of the better ways to play Zabu. This deck is not running as many 4-drops. It's kind of more honest, but the 4-drops it is running, I think, are really powerful. Wong and Shuri in particular is kind of nuts. This is basically a take on, I think KM Best has been playing this deck the most. The Vision Shuri combo is a very, very powerful 1-2 punch. Yes, Sentry is the only card I don't have. That's right. Hey, Darkhawk, was one playing that Gambit deck. Oh, dude, awesome. Yeah, GG, man. We knew it was coming. We were still scared, though. We saw the Odin line on the way, and I played the Korg right because I was like, man, he's going to snipe my Magneto. I know it. So we tried to hedge our best possible line against Gambit. But, yeah, it was a close one, man. You got so close. That was, I don't know the odds, but it felt pretty even there, didn't it? Hey, emancipated monster, what's up? So anyway, we're gonna try this. My instinct was to add another 4-drop in here. Just be like, hey man, is there another good 4-drop to add? But honestly, I didn't know what it would be. This deck has a lot of 2s, which are good with Zabu on turn 3. It's got a couple 5s, which are good for post Shuri turns, but I don't know. I mean, I thought about cutting leader, maybe try to set up some better like turn 6s with a 4 and a 2 as opposed to going for a leader. So if you guys have a thought about what you would put in here as opposed to a leader, for instance, and open up that turn 6 either 4-4 or double 2 and a 4 or a 4 and a 2 naturally non-Zabu, I'm open to it. Like a Shang-Chi, Rescue is probably pretty decent with Wong. I mean, on reveals in particular, I think have some sort of double synergies here, of course. Jones a little harder to work with, maybe. My instinct would probably be Rescue. Crossbone's kind of good with Shuri. The problem actually though is that you're taking a down turn on your Shuri turn. You might have trouble being ahead into the time you'd want to play Crossbones. You know, you might not have any winning locations. Maybe Lizard could carry you a little, but then you'd be really overcommitted perhaps as well. I'm kind of thinking the Rescue here, man. I want one more 4-drop. I don't know if this will actually make the deck better or not, but I feel like it's gonna be a little more honest to the theme of the deck anyway, which of course is Zabu. And I think it has some curve fits as well. I think there's some reasons to do it for curve. Turn 6, you have 2-drops to work with in this deck, so I still feel like when it comes to Marvel Snap decks, it's, you know, I think it's a little too early to feel confident about a deck looking at it. Like in Hearthstone, we have so much history now of Hearthstone decks. I feel like I can kind of look at a Hearthstone deck and go, yeah, this curve's a little off, you know, oh yeah, this needs some 4s, like, oh, it's too slow, oh, this is too fast, we're gonna run out of value. Those sorts of things are a little easier to do in Hearthstone with 8 years of experience, and you know, I think just other card games as well mold a little better to the Hearthstone model. But with Marvel Snap, with different deck sizes, with fixed turns, with cube mechanics confusing things a little bit, you know, surprise having as much value as anything else, it's really hard to get a read on a deck just from a first glance or a first. You kind of have to play it, I feel like. Maybe we'll develop those instincts, or maybe other people have them, I don't know. But for me at least, I feel like it's really hard to just look at a deck and be like, yes or no, that won't work. But I'm pretty sure Shuri Vision is a good play. Confident about that one tiny thing. All right, so Iceman Lizard's an awesome opener. Pretty standard stuff these days. How does Zabu work when cards have their costs modified? So he says cards that cost 4, not 4 cost. No, he says, no, I have it wrong. He says 4 cost cards, not cards that cost 4. So Zabu will not work with Wave, I don't think. I haven't actually tested it, but that's my instinct. Tells me it will not work with Wave. It has to be a card that originally cost 4. If it uses the hyphen 4 cost, that means this thing is a 4 cost card, and that's its nature. That's its characteristic. And then if it's a card that costs 4, that is its current state, if that makes sense. So it shouldn't work with Wave. It shouldn't work with, like, so if you had Elysium, it will still work. Even though your cards cost 3, they are 4 cost. They cost 3, but they're 4 cost. That's the distinction. All right, Kamartage might be insane for Shuri here. I mean, that's just really, I mean, do we even go like Shuri Absorbing Man? Absorbing Man doesn't work as well with Kamartage. We really do want that vision to be double buffed, probably. kind of wish I had a really good turn 3 play here. Iceman times 2 is pretty annoying. They're gonna be very stressed, I bet. Zabu? Oh my god. Sweet holy moly. That is a turn. All right, so vision on 4 I think is still fine. We could go white queen now. I want to get this going though in case of any sort of Cosmo disruption. It may already happen, right? But in other words, I want to do it earlier rather than later, just to make sure we have this line. And I do think vision is our best option here. Although, man, I don't know, arrow is pretty insane too. Because we could lock up, well, no, Nightcrawler means this lane does not get locked up. Vision just having that flexibility though to move is just so valuable. I think it's still vision. Now, Absorbing Man will not double on Camertage, right? He doesn't work with Wong. I'm assuming he won't work with Camertage. He's wonky that way. So I can't like get a 12 power Absorbing Man and then also 28 power vision. If I want the 28 power vision, I have to do it now, I think. I understand that's how it works anyway. It's weird Shuri doesn't have like a good buff. Oh, that Apocalypse is gonna be enormous, but we might be able to sack with arrow in the Apocalypse turn just to make sure we're winning the other locations. Might be fine. Did we put no Shang-Chi in this deck? Nah. Oh my god. Wong? I mean, there's really not a reason for me to run a Wong, right? I think this is just gonna be an arrow. Arrow mid, probably. I don't know though, man. I can't really contest left that well. Perhaps we need to start adding stats here. He's not playing the Apocalypse now, is he? I'm also just gonna get a giant Apocalypse though. Maybe that'll just be big enough to go toe to toe, right? I even should have put the armor mid because, oh yeah, it's actually not giant yet, is it? I was thinking it was gonna be bigger. Yeah, it's not that big yet. The words nobody wants to hear. I was thinking it was gonna be bigger. Man, this could kind of still go wrong, can it? I mean, if I do this, am I ever losing though, is the thing? Apocalypse is not big enough, right? They can't destroy the vision. This should match their Apocalypse, right? Should be fine. What's the real risk here? We're losing left. I mean, we could move this here too to snipe that, but I don't think there's any reason to. This protects against any kind of removal or whatever. Arrow right. The problem is there's not a lot of spaces left, so it could whiff, right? Because we have Elysium discounts. They could play something with Apocalypse. In fact, they have multiple swarms. But I think we beat the swarms off the 8 power here. Don't we? Maybe not. How many swarms did they have? They have 2 swarms or more. They might beat me with swarms. I think they'll play 1 swarm right, though. Two swarms mid. It's not enough without an outside influence. Yeah, if they played another swarm mid, they would have actually... Why play the swarm right? I guess in case I move the vision out and play the Apocalypse there. Yeah, they had the 4 swarms. I don't know, man. I don't know. This is a little risky. But see, yeah, arrow wouldn't have worked, right? Arrow would have screwed me. But I don't know that I had a better line if I'm going to try to win the game, do I? Left is risky because clearly they could put an Apocalypse there. I don't think they ever would, though. Apocalypse right never wins them the game, does it? It's +9. They go to 27. Nah. I think this was our best move. Yeah, Taskmaster could definitely be good, but yeah, it actually could be very good. The lists that we're looking at weren't. I mean, I know there are obviously Shuri Taskmaster lists, but this is more of the like control list. But now that I say that, like particularly with Zabu, it's still a really good line. Because like the 14 power Taskmaster on the normal line, like Shuri Vision Taskmaster is solid, but it's not like, whoa, 14 power Taskmaster, right? Like, in other words, there's bigger ways to get Taskmasters. You see that on the Red Skull lists. Shuri Red Skull Taskmaster, right? To get a 30 power Taskmaster. But this deck isn't trying to be a Red Skull list. So I guess the question is, how often are you hitting Wong Shuri on 4 into Vision on 5 and Taskmaster on 6 for the 28 power Taskmaster, which that would be like, oh dang, yeah, that's good. I don't think you're hitting Shuri Wong consistently enough. Like, you need Zabu, Shuri, and Wong always to make that line feel really good. So my instincts tell me this is not a Taskmaster deck. I mean, frankly, it might still be good as a 14 power Taskmaster, but I will say this. I think, for instance, an Arrow for 8 is better than a Taskmaster for 14, right? Arrow's disruption, her utility or something would be higher than playing a Taskmaster. And then I will also venture perhaps that, you know, a Lizard plus a White Queen is not always better than a Taskmaster, but it's close enough that the mana flexibility or energy flexibility is probably worth it. So so like this is modeled after KM Best has some lists like this. Here, I'll show you guys the model of this. So this is kind of the KM Best model of this deck, right? Which he played like 200. Shuri, Vision, Arrow there are the kind of 4 or 5 lines. He's got Leader and Doctor Doom as his 6 cost finishers here, which they make sense because if you're already ahead playing this nice early game, these 2s and 3s into Shuri and stuff, you've got some nice early games. So Leader's good and Doctor Doom can be good too, just to go wide across all 3. But with Zabu in particular, I thought, well, we want to keep the Shuri Vision Arrow line because that's really powerful and awesome. But we need to add in some 4s to make the Zabu a more compelling play. So we're kind of cutting the 6s and going for 4s and 2s, you know, instead of 6s, because those fit together both organically on 6 and with Zabu on 6. You got 2 4s and a 2 or 3 4s. So upping the 4s in exchange for the 6s to give you some more powerful mid game, I guess. But still hopefully keeping some of the threat late. That was the theory anyway. Might be nice to include that little snippet in the video to explain that logic to people. Again, you know, we don't know if that's actually going to work, if that's going to pay off, if that's going to make sense, but that's the theory. That's what theories are for. Zabu early is really nice. Probably go rescue Shuri in that case. Murder World a little bit clunky, but we'll get there on 4. That's fine. Now Wong would be nuts. Imagine a top deck Wong here. Woo! Baby, give me the Wong. Baby, give me the Wong. Oh, dude, what? That read! Are you kidding? That read! What? Oh no! I'm gonna die! No! I can't! That read! I mean, it's not even a read. That's just blind luck. Well, no, I mean, it's kind of a read because he knew we weren't playing in a Murder World, and he knew we weren't playing in Shadowland because we're too full. That might be a read. I think that's actually a read. That's just a baller read. Perhaps should have snapped before that if that was that confident. I don't know. No, I don't think sniping. They played fast. They didn't feel like a snipe to me.
Spider-Man here.
They were going quick. They were going quick.
Opponent snapped.
Oh boy. I don't think we're winning. That's a good snap. We'll see it out, man. But this guy balled out, dude. Arrow would probably be my favorite play here. What is that? Is that like a? What is that gonna be over there? Absorbing Man, Spider-Man. That is a sick play. I have never been owned this hard in my entire life. Not one freaking time have I been owned this hard. I mean, Arrow for 16 might be able to contest this, honestly. What did this Shuri hit? Am I crazy? Oh, it hit this Spider-Man. Oh, okay. Honestly, this is winnable. Let's play it out. Let's see. I'm curious. Oh, that's too big maybe, right? Oh, no, it's not either. No, neither of those are too big. Just a win. Let's freaking go. Hard countered like crazy, but still just get there on the back of Shuri rescue, man. Yeah. I mean, that went like really well for them, of course. Their deck's like a little more techy. I don't even know how to describe this. I mean, I've seen the strong guy Hellcow theory crafted. I like that a lot. I don't know how I feel about the Typhoid Mary in there as much. Spider-Man, Absorbing Man, like this is really all in on fours is sort of what I'm saying. We saw, well, 6 fours on screen right now. Half their deck is 4 cost. Wonder if that created any awkwardness at all. Like, did that curve disruption hurt more than it helped, I wonder? I don't know. We'll never know. Pretty cool though. Fun to see nonetheless. We were gonna upgrade. Who was it? We did Surfer earlier. There was some other ultra legendary I had that looked cool. Who was that? Black Widow, that's what it was. No, they had Zabu. They discarded it. I like the theory that the Rogue is just a Zabu replacement because they didn't have it, but we saw him discard it. But that's a fun theory. Ooh, more tokens. Yes, okay. I'm feeling better about buying the Shuri. We got a lot of tokens tonight really quickly, so. Feels nice. 11 out of 25 there. Win matches, 800 there. Okay. This deck feels good, by the way, guys. I like this deck so far. We're just kind of outpowering people. Not even sure we're really playing all that well yet. Just trying to figure it out, I guess. But, oof. Good hand again, man. Yeah, day one of the new season would definitely be the time to try to counter Zabu or copy Zabu. A lot of you are recommending Super Scroll, for instance. I think that's a little memey, but also I want any future videos to be evergreen of sorts. I want the deck to not be built too much for a specific time frame if I can. If we can make it, you know, interesting to people all the time, I think that's more helpful. All right, let's wait on the Shuri because at the moment we don't have a great payoff, and certainly turn 5 we can still play it no problem. Maybe we're gonna give Isle of Silence. Doesn't feel like that's something I want to contest too hard. They've already got a ton of power there. The Angel is huge. So that's either going to give them a Shuri or a Lizard. Let's hope for the Lizard. Although the Shuri is more expensive for them to play. So that may not be bad. Okay, they have a leader. Good to know. All right. So this will hit Rescue. And then Shuri. No, we don't want a Shuri Iceman. No. I think Rescue's okay. The Shuri... I mean, Shuri's +3, Rescue's +5, right? So... No, I think this is better. Let's just redo that order since I'm feeling very unconfident about it. Maybe we even like Iceman here, but we want to leave a little space for leader, don't we? Yeah, let's actually go Shuri here to leave some space for leader. Leader for 6 is really not that strong, though. Leader's gonna get played there. I think this is okay. All right. I forgot Rescue was 9. I was thinking she was 8 for some reason. That makes her really good in this list, I think. Another leader, dude. Wait, did I copy White Queen? Oh, hold up. I thought I copied. Am I losing my mind? I thought I was copying Rescue. Oh, I finished the turn on White Queen, didn't I? Oh, that's a boo-boo. Ah, shoot. That's a boo-boo. Oh, I thought I was finishing that turn on Rescue, man. I'm really sad. I think we're just dead now, right? This goes to plus 10. A tie here, but that's unlikely to win. Leader, like, always screws me because they're playing mid and I have no space. The arrow there was too strong. So why is this? Oh, 4 from Kun Loon. Oh, we just get there. Okay, cool. I thought we were screwed. I was about to retreat. All right. Yeah, I screwed up. I screwed up a little bit there. I thought we were getting rescue, but I played in the wrong order. We take those. We like those. Maybe leader was their only play and they knew we had the leader, so they just said, ah, screw it. Leader wasn't enough to win mid. I was hoping or thinking they would have 6 power to go mid, but maybe not. All right, Zabu in hand. That's always very nice. If these locations don't screw us too hard, we may snap on 3. Okay, drawing a card already is really good after Subterranea. That theoretically means we're quite a bit ahead. Every time we draw a real card instead of a rock, it kind of pulls us ahead a little bit. Early 0. Okay, they're going hard left. Another real card would be amazing here. Another real card. Yeah, I think that's enough to snap. 2 real cards already. Wong Rescue is definitely a little overkill. Not really though. We need the power. The problem is I want to play Arrow on 5, but maybe Arrow on 6 is sufficient. Absorbing Man on 5, or maybe just Arrow to pull into Stark Tower later is fine. Scorpion, actually Scorpion Absorbing Man next turn is pretty nuts too. So Rescue mid, Scorpion right. I mean Absorbing Man, you know, but we just keep drawing all non-rocks, by the way. This is amazing. Are we ever thinking about this first instead? The Rescue needs time to get big with Absorbing Man though, so I don't think we can. I don't think that works. She-Hulk is very big. Dang, okay. That's scary. How's Wong feeling? We really haven't gotten to play him much yet. We're kind of still early in this one.
Opponent snapped.
Oh. Do I go left? I can put 2. Well, no, because let's still try this. I could put 3 cards left, but I lose the doubling up on the Wong and I lose the rescue buff, so I don't see how it's worth it, right? Maybe put that there just for free. Arrow mid makes Absorbing Man a little bigger, but I just don't know if that's going to be enough, right? Because we'll be pulling power into mid as well. I feel like I need a better play here. Arrow does not feel like the right play, you know? I'll be adding
all systems go.
13 power, but I'm down by 5. Oh, this is an 8 cube risk here, man. They like know where I'm playing too, but I mean, surely they have a lot of rocks, right? Scorpion double debuffed as well. So unless it's a top deck, it's gonna be smaller. I'm going 18 to 10. Do we feel confident in 18 to 10? Boy, I don't feel super confident, but I mean, they should have some rocks, right? Theoretically, their hand should be a lot of rocks. In other words, they shouldn't have a lot of choice or a lot of power in hand. Plus, they must be at least a little scared of the Wong. I think we take this risk, right? I think we take this risk. I'm willing to take this risk. That's enough. They only needed 8. Dang. Taskmaster negated the Scorpion. God dang, they just didn't seem to have any rocks, did they? Seemed to have everything they wanted right on time. It's funny if this ate the -2, you know, it would have been exactly the right size. I don't think we had a draw on the deck that was better. Like, you know, I don't think we had a top deck that would have helped us, right? No, nothing was bigger than Arrow. If we could have gotten ahead mid sooner, right, it would have been better off. We could have used Arrow for disruption, but we were just behind, so. All right. Dang. Thought the rocks would be more disruptive, but they weren't at all. That's sad. That's a big hit. Big ol' hit. Okay, cloning Vats. Scorpion is always hilarious. Screw your hand. Oh, Wakandan's evening it out though. No. It'd be really fun to go Scorpion, Absorbing Man. There'd be no reason to play the Absorbing Man, of course, but it'd be funny. I think Scorpion, Shuri should be. Oh my god! If only we had a Zabu. Long on. I mean, do we go Wong on 4 and a Shuri on 5, or is the Wong actually kind of overkill? Because we want to hit Shuri and a Vision into... The Wong feels a little like overkill, doesn't it? To me, anyway. I think the Wong is going to be excessive. Like, we sacrifice too much power to get the Wong. Basically. Oh, Electro. Do we have Galactus problems here? Yondu. Could be like Null Galactus, maybe? That's kind of a neat thought. So this is going to be a 36 power Vision. Assuming this all works. Yondu again, but super debuff, of course. Copy the Vision too. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes, of course. Yeah. Yeah. We absolutely probably just want 2 straight Visions, don't we? Yeah. I was thinking about Galactus, but well, what about Galactus, guys? Do we think it's Galactus? And if it is the Vision enough? Guys, I'm gonna play around Galactus. I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, not Galactus. Okay. Just the Null itself. Huh. Okay. Well, now I don't know what to expect. It's not Arnim Zola. Dexter, yes, we will battle as soon as we're able. I mean, maybe we move Vision over to be safe. This is what, 28? But then I really lose to Galactus. There's no way it's Galactus though. You don't play Null left, you're playing Galactus mid, right? Unless it's just like the ultimate juke. If they juke me with it, no way. No way. No way. There's no way they juked me here. There's no way. That's just a Null, right? Oh, Sean. Oh, I'm a genius. Okay. I thought that was I legit thought that was a Galactus for the like giga brain juke. Play it left, debate me left, thinking it's not Galactus. Woo! But I juked. Yes, I am the juker here. Oh my god. I like the Vision mid, by the way, guys, because you kind of assume it's enough to win anyway, and you play around Galactus, which seems like a pretty common occurrence there. I like that line. Okay, this is amazing if we get Zabu. Oh, by the way, Dexter, I hope your dog's feeling better. I heard your dog wasn't feeling great. You couldn't stream tonight. Poor doggo. Are battles up now? Oh, I don't think so, right? I think it said they're coming soon. I'm assuming they need a patch for that. I think we'll get a patch with like balance changes and battles and I don't know, other stuff. Okay, oh, weird world. About to get weird. Can't wait to get weird with Dexter. You know? Moon Girl Goose. Moon Girl Goose. Quinjet. So some kind of add to hand thingy. I don't feel like I've seen a lot of gooses in those add to hand thingies, but it's all good. Crossbones. Goose! You're screwing me, Goose. Alright. Yeah, we played some Darkhawk Zabu. Was pretty okay, I gotta say. I liked it alright. Absorbing Man. So Super Scroll was their highest cost card in hand. Wild. Is this the move? What the heck else am I gonna do? I don't know. I'm intrigued. They got the Zabu, by the way, which is gross. I don't think I've ever played Crystal in my life. First time ever. Okay, Chavez.
Spider-Man here.
Spider-Man's still behind is the thing. Oh, wow. The double Spidey. That's fun. Drax, too? Man, they hit the nut Zabu draw here, didn't they? Well, we obviously lose. Nope. No, thank you. Enjoy your cube.
Escaped.
Late snap again. Late snap. I mean, I listen, I'm not the best disciplined snapper on stream. You know, it's hard. It's a lot harder to concentrate on stream, I feel like, in particular, but also I like to watch games unfold on stream so you guys can see the endings. But you guys got to snap earlier sometimes. You know, and I do too on stream, right? But if I'm off stream, I'm a pretty good disciplined snapper. That's why I can climb well. Even though I'm not the best mechanically at the game, I still climb okay. All right, we got the Zabu. We'll take a snap here. Yeah. Hey Regis, I just joined the stream. That last guy was me, Hearth Nathan. Thanks for joining. GG indeed. You Spider-Man the crap out of us. How many of those cards were mine versus yours? Was that my Zabu? Was that your Zabu? I don't know. Also, I loved your anime portrait, by the way. I too have the anime bundle. It's amazing. I liked the credits and the art. All right. Ooh. Well, give me one time Shuri, please, on curve. Invisible Woman mid, so could be seen Patriot stuff. Yeah, okay. Seen Spectrum stuff. Seen Hella stuff, of course. Oh! Oh my god. Okay. Currently, Rescue is. I mean, I guess technically Lizard's the best target currently, but I don't know. Hopefully we just hit Arrow or Vision or somebody, right? Hey, White Jester, dude, thanks for the Prime sub. Is it normal to absolutely hate Collector's Reserves? I think so, yes. I think most people hate the game's model post, you know.
My hand.
Anytime after collection level, or like pool 2 or whatever, right? I think people pretty much hate the model anytime they're after. I mean, Vision definitely gives me the flexibility here to move that back to flooding to win, but here's my thought. What if we just rescue mid and Lizard right and just win this off the giant Lizard? I kind of think that's always enough to win right because it's literally 20 power. And then rescue puts me pretty strong. I just lose the vision flexibility, and the turn 6 mana flexibility is the thing. Like, clearly this is more mana efficient into turn 6, assuming I hit a 4 or a 2. I think that's probably better. It also gives me the movement flexibility as well. So yeah, as I say, if they don't commit anything right, theoretically, this means I have a better chance to win right. But at the same time, I gotta worry a little bit about Patriot and or Silver Surfer, maybe? Like, is this overkill or not? I mean, we're adding 15, so really 13 power to Jotunheim. That feels safe to me, right? And if I move the vision, that's just for surprise and coverage. I'm not expecting to, like obviously we'd win mid if vision were there, but I can also always win right with vision, so it's kind of, it doesn't matter to me which it is. And they have a lot less flexibility right, so we might as well just take the freebie right as opposed to the risk mid with like Shang-Chi or something. So it's really all just about, is left big enough? I feel like it is. That's a lot of power on turn 6 for, you know, dumping 3 4-drops basically. I mean, you know, Lizard is not technically, of course, but probably big enough. So Doom, not played in hand, so we don't worry about Doom. Blue Marvel, they didn't play anything left, so I don't see how this is a win left ever. Oh, Ultron, is that enough? No, they're gonna get debuffed more than me. I'm only getting to 2 anyway, so yeah, we're fine. Oh, but that did debuff Lizard. Oh, that was almost enough. Dang, that was almost enough. Oh, just big enough, dude. If that Blue Marvel had been a Patriot, we would have lost left, actually, yeah. Huh. Not that there was much we could do about it, though. I mean, this was the right play, right? I mean, maybe putting stats mid was technically better. I mean, we could have put 9 mid. It still would have lost to this, right? Would have beat Patriot, maybe 2, 3, 3. Oh, Xandar as well, but that's kind of even. Yeah, I don't know. This was probably technically the best move since it won, but oh yeah, wait, Invisible Woman does go off after Jotunheim. Oh yeah, you're right, these didn't get debuffed. Oh, that's why it's closer than I thought. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's why it's so close. I wonder why it was so close. These are still 2. They would be 1 if Jotunheim went off. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. That's a good thing to note for the future. That's an important distinction, of course. This is end of game, this is end of turn. End of game happens after all the end of turns. So that's a good good thing to note, actually. Good win for us, dude. Vision is so gross, being able to move. That's such an obscene play. And Zabu makes this just so efficient. All right, armor danger room. Do we make life easy on everybody or not? I don't know. Yeah, I have a lot of cards I want to play. Right, let's do it. It's fine. Domino. Okay, sometimes that means we got like shenanigans unfolding. Trying to do something specific for the domino. Maybe Agatha, maybe. Kind of like, I don't know. Bishop doesn't feel like Agatha to me, though. Absorbing, man, that would have been cool later. Oh, that's actually good to eat the bishop now. That kills that scaling. That's awesome. Only added 1 power, really, and killed that scaling, which is great. Yeah, Wong into... I mean, technically you like Wong in a rescue, but I don't think that's the line because we want to play on curve with vision in particular. So let's White Queen right. See if we can't hit a good 6 to go with this vision. Juggernaut was their highest cost card. Okay, so we saw a bishop. This is definitely some kind of Silver Surfer action, no question. Are we gonna be happier with 3 6s? Or are we gonna be happier with Or 3/4s, I mean. Are we gonna be happy with vision and a 4? 3/4s is probably better. Although, unfortunately, these aren't the highest power output 4s, are they? Without Shuri in particular, we just don't get that big here. We know this is pretty much lost to Silver Surfer. That's just too much power. There's a little bit of power here for a Silver Surfer. I kind of feel like the vision flexibility here is going to be more meaningful than the 3/4s, just because we don't have a lot of 4s to do anything exciting. It's if we hit Shuri that I would be happy to play the Zabu. Without Shuri, vision's just better. If Shuri were in hand, we'd play Zabu. But without it, I think we play vision. Pretty low power though, so we're going to be quick to retreat here, I suspect. Shuri. God, dude. It was a 25%er. Yes, I hate myself now, but you don't. I mean, you just gotta take it, right? So we move vision over. That's, let's see, they're at 8, they're going to 14 probably. I'm going to 16. 18. They play another 3 here. That's risky. Juggernaut hopefully wins me mid carefully though with Lizard. May not even necessarily always need it, but it might help. A little bit risky. I push something right that loses right, but I expect they're going to play right anyway. I think this is the safest bet. This is a risky 4 cubes here, honestly. This could go south pretty quick. Only one other card coming down with Surfer, we assume, though, so shouldn't be too crazy bad, but could still be enough to take right. Depending on what it is. Oh, only 1 card played. What in God's name is that going to be? Oh, Arrow, that's totally fine, too. Okay. Yeah, this game went a little wacky, but as you saw, sometimes just playing the cards straight up is good enough. Sometimes you don't have to do the crazy thing, just play the vision. Vision's good, dude. I like vision. Guys, I'm gonna be right back. I gotta take a pee break. We're gonna go for at least another 30-40 minutes or something, but let me take a pee break. All right. Yes, you caught me. I played the wrong BRB screen. I made some Marvel Snap ones and forget to use them. You caught me red-handed, but I fixed it. I noticed. This will be a Hearthstone player, Laktar Ogar. Some more Warcraft fans in the house. Ooh, Nexus with Zabu. How do we get big here? Shuri, I guess, right? Surely Shuri. Oh! Zabu already coming down. Oh my god. Let's not greed the Shuri yet. We're gonna have plenty of mana. Let's wait, right? Let's just go here, play it safe. Iron Man. Oh, Mr. Negative Iron Man. Okay. Zabu as well. Negative Zabu. Putting their Zabu in the Nexus lane, though, I find pretty intriguing, huh? I'd love to hit a Wong still, so let's hold the Shuri long as we can. Honestly, even a turn 6 Shuri would be okay, as long as we had a payoff card, like a... Well, we don't really have any big 4s. Rescue would be the biggest, I guess. So probably want to do a turn 5 Shuri. Okay, I guess we go Arrow here, right? Just make the monster Arrow and then try to finish on maybe an Iron Man. An armor would be cool because I'm a little bit exposed there, but I don't expect them to have a Shang-Chi and a Mr. Negative deck, right? I mean, maybe with Zabu though, it's a 3/4. It's like, I don't think so, really. A 1/4, maybe.
I am
Iron Man there, -1. Okay. I mean, surely between Arrow and Iron Man, we just can't lose this. I mean, I guess if they had a Mystique and scaled somehow, that'd be pretty crazy. But hopefully this Arrow is actually disruptive and pulls some garbage into this lane as well. Absorbing for double Shuri. It doesn't work with Wong. It's not actually a terrible idea, but I think since we know board spaces are A liability here. Oh yeah, that's gonna lock this location. Hopefully that's. Oh, nice. I think we're gonna be fine. Maybe. Yeah, perfect. Okay.
All systems go.
So they're still just too small here. I mean, I guess they had some kind of crazy board, like going across the board type thing, but yeah, that's fine. Cool.
Victory.
Arrow putting in work as always. All right, that dude, they did have a line though with Spider-Man. That was pretty cool. Like if that hadn't been an Arrow, if that had been like a Vision, we might have been screwed. They could have gotten so big with Wong. No, Wong was in a different spot. What was that Wong for then? I don't actually know. It's okay. Still a pretty good game. Shuri in hand is good. Dude, Shuri, I just bought Shuri, right? This is my first night with Shuri. She's busted, which I've heard everybody say, you know, I've seen it against me. I believed it, but seeing it firsthand, she feels so good. Because it's one of those things where, you know, often she might not be, it's not that she's often necessarily like hyper stat efficient herself, but in other words, you know, if you double like a Vision normally or whatever, Shuri gets an extra 7 stats effectively. You're giving them the Vision, but you know, she's worth an extra 7. That's a 4/9. That's not like unheard of power level, you know. 4/9's not the most obscene power level ever. But you're condensing the stats into a single location, which can often be better than spreading them out too much. Sometimes spreading stats, you don't actually win anywhere. You just kind of contest everywhere. And particularly when you have the 5 cost payoffs of Arrow and Vision, you're condensing those stats into locations where you know they're going to be meaningful, because the Arrow is pulling your opponent's stats with it. So you know, for instance, they're going to have stats here too. I'm going to waste their stats by outscaling their stats. And Vision, of course, you can move the stats wherever you want. So it's like magnifying the utility of your best cards as opposed to just the raw efficiency. So it's both efficient and magnifying its efficiency, which is pretty cool.
Wind, aid my hand.
It's an incredibly weak turn 5. How is the opponent intending to win the game here? Silver Surfer mid adds 6. That's 13. If they go Silver Surfer plus another 3 to the right, that's 0 plus, let's say 6 plus 2. So White Queen does kind of contest. Boy, this is a little iffy though, honestly. If they had a big enough 3, like if they had like a Polaris, I guess that would help me though, because it would pull stats over. Like a Maximus Silver Surfer right would win, right? They'd have 12 to 8. This is not a given, is it? What if I Absorbing Man? No, it doesn't matter because they're getting 6 here as well. I'm only going to go to 12. What if they don't add any additional stats here and they just go to 13? Maybe I just go to 17. Yeah, again, Absorbing Man left I don't think works because I think they're going to be adding stats here regardless of the card, but Silver Surfer, right? I think I just need to outscale mid. That's Brood Surfer, I guess? Yeah. Yeah, so we took the right line here. The risk here was they could have said, hey, I'm winning right anyway, because I got Mr. Fantastic. So maybe I'll just put a 3-drop and Surfer mid. They could have maybe added another 6 here, let's say. Because like they play Killmonger and Silver Surfer here, and that puts them to 19 to 17. But this seemed like the more likely outcome to win, because they kind of felt like they were going to surprise me with stats there anyway. Happy with that line. All right. This deck's feeling good, guys. This deck feels really good. Definitely feels, I think, more competitive than our last deck, which also felt okay. I think both decks we played tonight have felt pretty good. Fairly happy to have built 2 decks that I feel are somewhat competent. So Zabu means we're gonna actually contest Raft pretty early. Are we willing to lock it down with stats though? Like, are we gonna be big enough here to go White Queen into like Lizard or whatever? Well, it's not really contesting it. Maybe we wait a turn to try to get a slightly bigger stat total into Raft. What did they just kill? I just missed it. What was that? I zoned out for a second. What was that they just killed? What was that? Oh, they played a Sword Master there. So that must mean this is not them playing. It has to be Agatha. Why would you ever play Sword Master there? It has to be Agatha. There's no other logical explanation, right? Yeah. No! No! I said that as I White Queened. Oh, no. Oh, but they waved, so I just get the giant stat. But oh, Agatha, you're a genius. Agatha plays into the Raft as well, so I both get the giant lead and I get the Raft activation. Not maybe the most useful card, though. Amazing, dude. This game has gone absolutely wacky. Yeah. Okay. This game went really wacky. All right, good stuff, dude. Great wins. We take it. I love climbing on stream, by the way. Sometimes we don't climb a lot on stream because I get greedy to see outcomes and snap poorly, but this has gone well. Okay, good opener. This deck having these strong openers does feel meaningful. Gives you some good decision guidance over the course of the game. Huh. I might just lock up a location here, huh? Shuri Octopus could be a fun play. Might not be better than Arrow, but might be. I'll think about it. Oh yeah, Scorpion, I like even better. Yeah, let's just lock this up, man. Let's go. That's gonna be a hard one to contest, honestly. We don't really add a lot of power there, but we might be able to disrupt with Arrow, Octopus, etc., so that it's just sufficiently strong. 14 is not a freebie, that's for sure. To have that done by turn 3 is pretty sweet. Yeah, Rescue's great. I mean, kind of exposed a little this turn, I guess, because they could play like a 5 or a 6 here. This deck doesn't seem like they're going to be playing 5s or 6s, though. Feels like Cerebro to me. So probably playing a lot of 2s. Oh, no, Patriot instead. Okay. Patriot with Goose. Got it. They are contesting there, though, which is a little nerve-wracking. Do we like Arrow better or Darkhawk better? I feel like I want to screw with their hand. They do have 7 cards. That's maybe not screwing too much, but it might mess up a Mysterio. Could lock them out with Ultron. There's a few plays here that could really mess with them, so let's just go. I mean, the dream. They do still have space, but my God. Everything I said just happened. Oh, that was amazing. Wait, why are they snapping? No, wait, how can they snap? Oh, I guess a Patriot coming down here. They got the space off Warrior Falls. I guess Patriot kind of screws me, doesn't it? Wait a minute, dude. Patriot adds so much power. Adds 5 or 4 here and 8 here, so I lose left. And I can't actually contest mid. I would win right, but I can't. Can I get? I only got a 9 here. Yeah, I still lose to Patriot, dude. No way. No way. I have to retreat. We're not ahead enough. No way. What is this? Galactus Ultra? Is this? I guess we got random cards. The Galactus is just random. This is off the Triskelion, yeah. Was this also Triskelion? No, that's from Patriot. I only pulled 1. Wait, did I only pull 1 Triskelion card? I guess they maybe hadn't played a lot yet, so they didn't maybe get as many, but we only saw one Triskelion card. So their hand was like two Triskelion cards and one real card. So that was only a 20%er maybe to hit the Patriot. I don't know, that might have been a heads up bluff. It might be a bluff I have to respect though too. Because I think their hand is two Triskelion cards. Maybe did they have 5 cards in hand on, I don't know when they played this. Oh no, Goose is from Triskelion. Oh, I didn't notice that. Oh, never mind. Oh, so's Mr. What? I thought these were just real cards in the deck. I thought these were just tech cards. They're both Triskelion cards. Never mind. They had a pretty good chance at Patriot. They had 3 real cards in hand, I think, maybe 2. I don't know. Whatever. Fun game either way. Ooh, Nexus Shuri is always pretty fun. We also know that Arrow Shuri can be pretty disruptive for Nexus, maybe pulling some stuff into play. Okay, the early snap. Are we going to counter snap? Not yet, no. We'll wait, we'll wait. All right. Oh, that's a good Zabu play. We can find a Zabu. Oh, do we go armor here to protect like the Shuri arrow stuff? Probably. We don't need to use all 4 spots anyway, and we don't have any counters in our deck. We don't have our own Shang-Chi or anything, so I don't think there's any reason for us to worry about destroying their stuff. Oh my god. Okay. I don't know, man. Let's just go. I don't know. I shouldn't have snapped because I actually want to see this happen. Dang it, I shouldn't have snapped. I shouldn't have snapped. I shouldn't have snapped because I want to see it happen. I'm afraid they're going to retreat. Oh, they don't. Okay, good. Okay, good. Maybe we actually get to see this crap happen. Hear me out. Do we just play this now so it doesn't get messed up in any way? Does it ever really get messed up anyway, though? I mean, we're revealing first, so we know this is going to go off, right? Why risk it, I guess, right? A leech doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Nothing disrupts this. I guess like an arrow could maybe mess with it. No, I'd pull an arrow into their arrow spot. I mean, there might be something, but this usually just works, right? That's one of the cool things about Wong Shuri is that it just works. Okay, they just played a Zabu. Okay. This is a really unsatisfying animation, by the way. Okay. This is going to be very large. I mean, it's going to be quite big. How do they possibly contest this? I mean, it's not impossible, right? Oh, we're actually locking down their Nexus, though. Let's see how that goes. Spider-Man shouldn't matter with a 128 power arrow. I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be fine. Oh, that would matter if they had a Shang-Chi, but they don't. All right. Sure. Yeah. Opponent retreated, really? I wonder why. I wonder why. The chill 128 power arrow, you know? No big deal. Dude, when this fires, it fires hard. That's crazy. Remember, this was only 2 energy total play here. The 2 energy, 128 power. I guess it was actually 7 if you count the arrow, huh? That's a good game. That's a highlight. Dang. Zabu in hand, that's a good sign. Mindscape, we might actually be able to get out all of our power prior to Mindscape just because the Zabu's there. I mean, arrow on 5 is still going to be arrow on 5, but we have a good turn 4 at least with Shuri, White Queen, or... In other words, I don't think I need to get rid of Mindscape necessarily. Ooh, the early Zabu, dang. Okay, can I get a Wong? Can I get a Wong? No. Turn 3 though, we can play like White Queen Iceman. I guess if I White Queen though, I'm kind of giving them their own best card back. So White Queen is maybe a little bit of a liability.
Wind
Oh, never mind. Okay.
aid my hand.
Now we're free to White Queen. Yeah, I don't think we need to mess with the Shuri here. This is fine. Hopefully 8's enough. I mean, they don't have any energy cheat here, so they're really actually just on 3 energy. I don't know what's going to be 8 power on 3 or even 6 power on 3. I mean, I guess a Juggernaut would be pretty sick. But we could vision through a Juggernaut, so that's no problem. We could even vision through Juggernaut and a later Silver Surfer, honestly. Rude, though, might demand a vision to contest with Silver Surfer, huh? 14, Surfer adds 12 there. So... yeah, this should actually win flooded with Surfer, right? They go to 20, I go to 22. Most of their power's locked up there. I mean, I obviously could arguably just try to contest the other locations as well, but that's kind of a fixed amount, we know. If I pull ahead enough here, surely between Vision on 5 and Arrow on 6, right, we'll pull this off, right? We're actually done with that anyway. That's fine. That's all finished. I mean, I guess Arrow right doesn't always do what we need because of Surfer. I'm kind of small mid. Shocker Patriot. Okay, so we still think there's going to be a Surfer. Now, the problem is the Patriot throws off my vision math. Mystique Surfer's not scary. Because I could just keep vision mid, and they're only going to be adding 6 power off of Surfer or 9. I think it's definitely time to give left and just play Arrow right, isn't it? Like, just pull something weak and small into Sewer System to eat the debuff. Maybe multiple things get debuffed that way. Arrow contests. Maintain the lead with vision mid. He's protected by armor. I mean, I think this looks okay, right? Let's try it and see. Oh man, they're confident. Dang. Yeah, that's not enough like we mapped out though. That's perfect. Yeah, it's exactly what we expected to happen.
Victory.
That's fine. Okay, so the Patriot threw, you know, a little disruption there, but not enough. We're still just so big. Vision's insane big. Yeah. Any replacements for Shuri? Boy, I don't know, man. I honestly think if you don't have Shuri, you gotta play a different deck. This deck was built pretty specifically with Shuri in mind, with our 5-drop curves. Like, you would just change the structure of the deck a little too much without Shuri. Wong Kamertage. Give me the Zabu, baby. Give me the Zabu, please. That's maybe still Zabu, who knows? Oh, that reads maybe Mr. Negative. Oh no, not Mr. Negative. It's District X, not Weird Worlds. That reads nothing. That means that means absolutely zilch, sir. Falcon. Yeah, I mean, we'll tempo stats. I mean, do I still play Wong in hopes that something cool happens, or do I just White Queen for the best possible plays? Probably just White Queen Jane Foster, don't we? We don't expect Jane to hit anything, but she's just a 5/8. That's not bad. Maximus might make their plays a little too good. I mean, are we confident we win right with Jane into whatever this 6 is? In other words, do I need to contest Kamertage at all, or we just give it? Like, can we go toe to toe with Miniaturized Lab? We're gonna have whatever their biggest card is, so we might match at the very least in Lab. Maybe figure out a way to get there on a tie or something. Ah, Dr. Doom. Okay. So Doom Kamertage is gonna make them really insane, but I could actually go Wong Doom But then I lose. I kind of lose mid in that case usually, because I only have 11 and we assume they're going to go to at least 10. And I like, surely if they know that the Doom only pushes them to 10, that they're going to have to play something mid to beat 11, in which case Wong Doom doesn't actually do it. So if I go like here, I get 9. I shut down a Doom play there, which means I might be able to contest right, or I can just Doom 2, I guess. Try to win both. I think this is, oh no, I can't Doom if I goose, but I mean, is Jane Foster right enough to win this? I don't know. It doesn't feel like it, does it? Sunspot just gets so big. Oh, Vision as well throws a wrench in things a little bit. Ooh, Electra's kind of nuts. Now they got to contest all 3 lanes, maybe. Well, yeah, if we assume Vision's moving anyway, which I think he probably will be. The Electra swings back the Sunspot. Yeah, no, I think this is the way to go. Let's try this for sure. This feels good. Because winning mid's gonna be tough. Like, they play Doom here, but we win the other 2, right? If that happens, so that's fine. That's just a Doom? Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Yeah, the Goose saves us here with the Doom, I think. Made that mid much easier to preserve. Otherwise, Vision moving mid with a Doom left would have been a pretty killer move. Cool, good win. This deck climbs, man. We're climbing, guys. This deck goes hard. Anybody thought about Omega Red and Zabu? We talked about it, actually. It was also in the reveal video for Zabu, believe it or not. Man, they must have a Zabu, huh? Not my favorite hand. I mean, Shuri Vision's good, so it's probably reason enough to stay in the game, but not exactly the OP hand here. Oh, Zabu's a reason to stay in the game. Okay. All right. Nova Domino. Okay. Nova certainly implies they're going to have some way to clear out these squirrels, doesn't it? Bishop. Okay. Is this that Agatha guy again? Running Nova? Oh my god, look at this guy.
Aid my
They have
hand.
Carnage. They're just off to the races. Man. Is this actually our first ever Shuri Absorbing Man turn? We've never done it, but I think this might be the time. It's kind of the best way that I have to contest while still passing my Shuri value on to Vision, right? Armor the Novas. It's too late though, because they're revealing first, you know. This is the last turn to play here anyway, so I mean, I guess if they go for a Killmonger later, it's not too late. We could do this, but then I don't get the Vision. I guess if I do this though, I actually want to maybe leave the ability for Vision to move left here, like not commit the Vision. Although Squirrel's gonna screw that up potentially as well. No, I think I do this. I think this is fine. Let's not get too fancy. Goose, okay. Forge. I feel like the opponent's just playing a lot of cards that don't do anything. I feel like I have no idea what they're actually up to. You know? Maybe we like Arrow. I mean, we know they're playing here anyway though, so not really. This gives me more flexibility. Do we ever actually like rescue so that I can get the buff? No, it's fine. Like, I just don't know their game plan. Sarah, but there's nothing left. There's one spot on board. I don't understand. Bishop can only go to +2. Like how do I like what is it just Agatha? I don't know what's happening. Does Nova mess me up at all? It is actually +8 here, isn't it? Nova, like a Killmonger would tie mid actually. A Killmonger ties mid, guys. I wonder if I go big right and sack mid just to be safe. I mean, it's actually not safe because if they had like an Agatha, I could lose right. Although we're getting so big right, 27, we still win right. No, this is safer against Killmonger because they go. Oh no, Killmonger wipes out a squirrel though, so they actually only gain 6 plus 2 bishops is actually 18. They would go to 18 mid. 6. Oh, but they lose 1, so no, they go to 17. 16, 15. Yeah, they go to 17. No, that's not true. This should be fine. Killmonger's only 17, right? I think. God, I hope I did the math right. Oh my God, it's Killmonger. I called it. Oh, I'm losing 2! You idiots! I'm losing 2! I forgot to account for my own cards! Oh, but I still... No, I lose by 1. I literally mapped it out and then screwed myself at the last second. Oh my God. I actually knew the play too. Sad. I overthought myself. I talked myself out of my good play. Ooh, goose. Oh man, if we get 2 gooses down, we might be in trouble. We got to be careful with the goose. If I'm playing a goose, I want to play another goose, you know? You got to be very careful here. Shuri could make throne room pretty nuts, I guess. All right, there's their goose. So Vision could still swing over to throne room. There is the Shuri, so all right. Yeah, we want to tempo the goose. Free stats is cool and everything. Zabu for them. That gives them a notable advantage here already, I'd say. Sure. Drax and rescue. Okay, our Zabu is a little late. And because of the vision, I think we want it to be... Oh boy. So we're moving vision over. He's gonna go to 28. I mean, that seems big enough because these are both actually pretty small, right? Yeah. And then maybe we just arrow right and we're good. This looks fine, right? We win. And I guess there's like a Silver Surfer would screw me or something, but you don't expect to see that, right? I mean, I guess if they play enough cards that something is... I think usually they're playing 3 cards max, though. I don't know, though. With Sarah and Zabu, they could certainly play more than 3 cards. I only have a 3 power advantage here. Yeah, let's give it a go. Oh, they played a lot of cards. Oh my god, dude. I just got bodied. I just got bodied so hard. Oh my god, it wasn't even close. Oh my god. Absolutely bodied. Absolutely bodied. Man, yeah, if we'd moved vision right, we could have pulled it off. I didn't expect the Shang-Chi. Yeah, that's fine. Shang-Chi beats you sometimes, right? You gotta eat those. That deck was so all in on the 4s. I still think that's gonna prove to be the least, not the least, a less efficient way to play this deck. I think this deck will be a little better off going with a mix of, because like, yeah, when you hit Zabu, that's gonna be a home run, A+, own the game kind of line. But if you run too many 4s and you don't have Zabu, I think it's just gonna kill your deck. I think you need some 2s and 5s basically to fill in gaps a little. But we'll see. We'll see. We're gonna find out. Bast early. Okay. Bast early, always scary. So that means we want to play into Space Throne probably prior to turn 5 so we don't mess up. Zabu with Shuri Wong is pretty nuts. Let's see this last location, decide if we want to do anything with a snap here. Okay. Sure. I mean, we can't get too greedy on the Space Throne again because we got to play there by turn 5. So, I mean, even a what, a 16 power rescue might be good enough for us. Maybe we can't get any greedier than a 16. Maybe it's Lizard. We know Lizard's not going to get debuffed anyway, right? So, Lizard seems fine. Now, Strange Academy is also going to screw us on Hub, though. So I need to play Lizard and Shuri again on Hub. Just to set up for the big turn 6 on Strange Academy, right? Oh! God! That sucked. I would rather have the Wong mid than not, but oh, that Juggernaut's brutal, dude. That absolutely murders. Absolutely murders. Oh, hold up. This is already doubled here. I mean, we gotta try this, right? Only a 10 power Lizard, unfortunately. This is gonna move Iceman and Wong away, though. Dude, this Strange Academy and that Juggernaut combo is just so brutal. This moves... I can't keep the Wong open, can I? While also getting a buff. Like, the Wong always gets... I don't need it to be open, though, if I have the Shuri, do I? So this is, I guess, fine. But we're not gonna have any power right, and we're not winning left either. Maybe Arrow can still screw with him, though. Right? Maybe Arrow pulls out a Space Throne later. Oh. Okay, that makes life a little more interesting again, perhaps. When are they playing in Space Throne, now or later? And what do I want to double up? I kind of need to double up this Arrow, right? If I double up Rescue, it doesn't get big enough. I can't follow it up anyway, so what's the point? Yeah, let's just play for the disruption now. It's probably the best we can do, but hey Dark Sun, what's up, man? Oh, nice. We might actually disrupt a little. Let's see. Sarah, though. Okay. So that still leaves them... I just have to be big enough to contest mid, which doesn't really feel like Vision is, but they have to be able to beat mid and left, which with a Sarah out does not feel hard to me, to be honest, but maybe they like rely on a Shang-Chi or something here, and I protect with armor, and that's like good enough, you know? I mean, you think they're gonna play at least 3 cards this turn, so if they're playing 2 to 3 cards, can the one big enough be big? Can it be big enough to beat 9? I think is the question. And then are they gonna rely on a Shang-Chi is another question. I think this is winnable. The Arrow made a pretty big difference here, I think. No, we haven't really seen any Bast card. I mean, we wouldn't know, I guess, right? Oh yeah, this got hit by Bast. That got hit by Bast, we saw. That did not. Oh, this wasn't even in their deck. Oh yeah, it's just the hub card, yeah. That was so clutch, dude. That's a really good card to get off the hub. Ah! They didn't have the flexibility they needed to contest all the lanes. Arrow pulls it back, dude. Crazy to win this game with a 2-power Space Throne on turn 3 or 4 or whatever it was. Absolutely insane game to win. How do you win that game? That's cool. This deck's good, guys. This deck just wins a lot, man. I like this deck a lot. Yeah, when I first got Juggernaut, I played so much Juggernaut, dude. I loved Juggernaut when I first got him. It was one of my favorite cards at that time. So, oh my god. It's too early to snap, honestly, but I got excited. Give me a break. How do you not snap this hand, dude? Oh man. Zabu, Wong, Shuri. Whatever I play is going to be the biggest card ever. Oh good. Oh, that didn't hit anything that disrupted my curve too much. Okay, good. That's nice. All right, I actually need to really think about Vormir a lot. I would have played armor there, of course, but we gotta wait now. Oh, sorry. Armor right, okay. They did not armor Vormir. I actually don't know this. I think Vormir still activates for them, right? Even though they played a card here first. Because it wasn't alive yet. It wasn't alive to see the Iceman, basically. So I think it's still gonna activate. Surprised they didn't armor there. Oh, just Brood's good anyway, though. That makes sense. We can just dump like an Iceman, though. No big deal. No biggie. Throw away an Iceman here. This is kind of perfect for the vision on 5. We are revealing second here, so this is a little bit exposed. We could have some trouble with this, but we'll do our best. Fantastic's totally fine. This is clearly reading some surfer stuff. We got some 3s in here. We got some stuff. Do we... we don't do anything. We win the game for free. Thank you, opponent. I understand your hesitation there. Very reasonable retreat. I don't actually know that we were that ahead, by the way. Like we didn't have a second lane we were favored in, right? We were gonna win whatever the crazy big Shuri lane was, but after that, it really wasn't that obvious where we were gonna go, was it? All right, good hand again. This is Pixel, Pi XL, Pixel. What's their name, I wonder? I think it's Pixel. Ooh, early Zabu we love. Okay, Squirrel Girl early. Could be Destroy, could be Patriot. Could be Kazar, I guess. Let me put this here, it's fine. Shuri is nice. Shuri Vision's cool. That's gonna take a minute though, so we might want to go White Queen in the meantime. Bucky mid, so Destroy stuff happening, okay. Like a White Queen right. Ooh, we don't like to see that. In this case, I guess we get the Shuri down now because we're gonna lose our cards anyway. We want to get the power of the Shuri now. Still will be something good hopefully next turn to play. There are some hands that would be pretty bad though to get in return. Like Absorbing Man, Scorpion, and Armor or something would be a pretty bad trio to get. I mean, I guess actually Absorbing Man's not that bad now that I say that. I mean, do we hold here into the arrow for 16? I'm only ever gonna get to do this now if I do it, but I gotta sit on these till turn 6, which shouldn't really be an issue. We're gonna draw 2 more cards. If they're 4s in particular, we'll be able to play these on 6 anyway. So it's probably fine. Carnage, all right. I wanna pull mid, so mid is locked. I mean, I don't know, we can also lock right though, probably. Well, not always though. I'm at 16. If I pull things mid, what are they playing on 5? Wave plus something. If they play wave, I don't have any 4s, unfortunately. I don't know. Vision might be better here. Flexibility might be more valuable. Then we can sack a lane for arrow next turn, maybe. The only lane I'd be able to sack to really is mid, which already has some cards there. But yeah, let's just take the vision flexibility. So yeah, that's the wave we feared. That makes the arrow good here, though. Yeah, I think this is... I think we have to trust this, right? They're usually playing 2 cards. That usually means they're both going mid. We just have to trust the Zabu wins in this case. Can I armor first before Absorbing Man? Nah, then Absorbing Man wouldn't work. He says if the last card you played had an on reveal, he would be looking at armor and going, nope, that's not an on reveal. And then he would die. He doesn't say the last, he doesn't say, we can't see it because he transformed, but he doesn't say the last on reveal card you played. He says if the last card you played. So you can interrupt him basically. I mean, theoretically, this is a winning play. I guess if they didn't play for She-Hulk because then they would have not played the Nova. So yeah, even leader is fine. Love beating the leaders, dude. That feels good. All right, leader plus death actually would have beat us, by the way, I guess. If they did have the death there, but I don't think enough had been destroyed. Maybe was death a 0 or 2 even? No, death was definitely 2 because they carnaged. No, they only carnaged 1. Oh, but they ate that Bucky Barnes too, right? So death was definitely 2. Leader death wins out. Alrighty, guys, I gotta go soon. This will probably be my last game. We've won a ton of games with this deck. I mean, what? Spider-Man me, dude. All right, Vision can contest Sanctorum. Zabu in hand is good. We're gonna see what they got for White Queen. Oh, Squirrel Girl contests. Okay, we need that Vision probably. Shuri. All right, Shuri Vision would definitely win, but maybe a little overkill if anything. I think we might still just Shuri White Queen. Shuri left and then White Queen. Or no, Shuri. Well, no, we got to play Shuri first. So. Yeah, I guess Shuri left. Really, maybe it's Abman then, but I really want to see what I get off that White Queen. Absorbing Man's just not likely to be very good later is the problem. I'm really though saying that left is basically full up next turn. I guess that's okay because I can White Queen for 12. That's a pretty big power commitment and then play something right. But I need to hit Vision off the top here. I need to hit the 1 and 5. Otherwise I can't win mid. It's gonna be really hard to win the other 2 spots, I think. Easy. Easy game. I still need to win right though. This is still not actually that trivial. I guess we could try to arrow our way out of this, but there's no space left, so that doesn't really work. So Vision's like too big. He's overkill. The opponent though, wait, isn't the opponent screwed? The opponent can't play any more cards. Wait a minute. No, I just win because the opponent is screwed. There's no way they're gonna be able to play enough cards here, right? They can play 1. They have to play something here, and then, well, no, I mean, they can play cards this turn, I guess. But yeah, they couldn't play last turn if they wanted a final turn. There's no way in God's name they're beating 14 power. Right, is there after playing 1 card left? Because they have to play a card left first. There's no way there's anything left that's big enough to contest this right. So Vision moves mid. And this is a monster play because of Zabu, right? Yeah. Cool. More good climbing, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna hop off though, guys. Like this is really feels, that felt like a good deck. We were winning a lot of games. And I think we even gave up an 8 cuber early too. Didn't we give up an 8 cuber because of my greed or something? But yeah, that felt very good. So I'm gonna hop off, guys. I'm gonna go make some videos out of these decks for the next day or two. And let's drop a raid before I go. Share the love a little bit here with a fellow Marvel Snap streamer. Let me grab the small channels here on Marvel Snap. Somebody without a lot of viewers. Here we go. This one looks good. Oh, no, hold up. That's in French. Never mind. You guys don't speak French, maybe. Maybe you do, but not all of you do. Here we go. 3 viewers. This looks good. All right. Have fun, everybody on the raid. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Love you all. Good luck out there if you got some Zabu. Hopefully you have some success as you try out these lists and so on. Love you. Thank you for watching, and until next time, game on.